WIIFTBP.
Tell them. May said, we want to know what's in it for the black people.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning.
Live on the line, we have the newly appointed State Senator Doris Turner. Welcome to the Maze Jackson Show. How are you, Senator Turner?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I really feel like I have arrived now that I'm on the Maze Jackson Show. It's a dream I never thought would happen. You know, in every office that I have held, I served 10 years on the Sangamon County Board. Then I served 2.5 terms on the Springfield City Council. And in each one of those positions, I have never represented a district that was a majority district. But every day I've gone to work to ensure that African Americans in those districts received equitable treatment and that the legislation that I pushed was beneficial to the entire district, but beneficial to the African Americans that lived in that district, because these are people that for too long have not had a voice. When I was there and I was their voice, I wanted to make sure that everything that I did was going to move my community forward. And that's always been first and foremost in my mind, and that will continue to happen. If you look at ordinances and legislation that I have championed, drafted, and passed, you will see that thread running through there. Everything that happened with the legalization of cannabis in Springfield, I led that and came out of that with a lot of successes. And one of the things that I am most proud of that came out of that was we put the 3% municipal tax on there, but 1.5% of that money will always go to a very specific area of Springfield that is the heart of the East Side.
You mentioned cannabis, but what we've seen is that there's been no access to cannabis for black folks.
We've had to go back and do 2 fixes already. I think that everyone knew that that was going to happen, but, you know, going forward, it's one of those things that, you know, when you know what you know, you know. There'll be more eyes and ears on a lot of things. So I am very committed to that.
Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson. You are listening listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Lenders give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. Enough to seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host. She's not here, actually. So sitting in for her today is Todd Stroger. He is our He's our fill-in now. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to frame you anymore, man. You got a big.
You ought to frame me whenever we need someone who's really intelligent and can tell us what we need to know.
Then I'll be here.
We call Todd.
Oh goodness gracious! Hey man, it is the Mace Jackson Show. Ruthie Moore is gonna be out of here for a couple weeks on Vizay Kizay, and low key, quiet as it's kept. I'm gonna be out of here too. So we're gonna have to you guys are gonna have a real interesting little game plan going on. So you know
oh man, Claire said I can get up today, but I forgot to wake her up.
Dang, she could have came in and you could bring in. We could do Kids Day tomorrow.
No, tomorrow she got to go to school. No, wait a minute.
School's out, dude.
Oh, school is out, right?
It's like July. If she's still in school, St. Ignatius just trying to get that bag out of you right now. All right, y'all. So first of all, let me say this. This is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. My co-host, my sub-co-host. No, co-host A and co-host B. Co-host B, Todd Stroger, because, you know, Todd be here when he want to. And back in the building, she was back here with us on Friday, but in the building today in the studio, Miss Sonia Escobar. Sonia, we missed you. How you doing?
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you good,
Okay,
loud
good.
and clear. I don't know what's going on with your
Getting
incredible floating camera in there. So we're going to try and come in there and fix that, because every time I look up, you are floating off the top of the screen. But now there goes Todd. Todd's doing the same thing. Good Lord, what is going on with these incredible floating cameras today?
It's part of yoga.
Uh-oh.
We get to levitate.
Emotion sensor.
Uh-oh,
See,
something
the
done.
fancy stuff.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Fancy stuff.
Well, look, you know what? We doing all this fancy stuff, and it's really throwing us a little bit off. So let's do this. Let's, you know what? Let's say what's up to everybody. Thank you to everybody who came out on Friday.
It was so much fun. We were outside.
It was, I didn't get to hang. I went outside. So, you know what, man? I had a great time on Friday. It was excellent. Todd, can you do me a favor?
Move
Can you
over
talk?
to which side?
No, I just want you to talk just a little bit so I can get your camera right, because I think we need you in this discussion. But Todd, you know, you showed up late, dude. What's up with you? Like, how you gonna show up to your own party late?
Man, I took some tickets from my Janine's uncle, and the game was in Milwaukee.
Oh, you up north?
Way up north. I got home, got in bed at 1. I was like, there's no way. Because after I leave the show, I got to go to Robbins, and I don't want to fall asleep in front of the mayor. You know, he likes to have meetings because we're trying to get everything organized right now. So I'm like, man, there's no way I'm going to make it at 6. So I was like, I can give Maze 1 good hour.
Well, everybody was like,
And it was 1 good hour.
well, everybody was asking about you.
Well, I appreciate that. And I had a good time while I was there. I think I enjoyed the theme song. That was fun.
Oh, live? Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
That Remy Ram, you know what? That theme song live was really actually pretty dope. I was a little bothered because I wanted to get the whole, like, I wanted him to do it again. Like, I felt like we could have got an encore out of that. Because that was really, really cool. And you know what I also enjoyed was the band knew how to play What's in it for the black people?
Yeah, they definitely in practice, huh?
You know what? Sometimes, so I'm going to tell y'all. I'm going to tell you. So, you know, sometimes I be like, so big, super huge, big, giant, ridiculous shout out to my sister Tennille and my on-air sis and long-term friend, Dawn Millhouse. So, Todd, first of all, I need to tell y'all, Friday was emotional for me. I know it wasn't like I wasn't crying, but it was like a lot. Like, people were like, what's wrong with you, Maze? And I was just kind of like taking it all in.
I saw him crying later
Like,
after
I was
the show.
not crying!
Nobody saw it but me.
I was not crying, but I did, like, it was like, I don't even know how to explain it to you, because I feel like this whole year has been a lot. And a lot has happened just in the last few weeks. And so just producing that show was just a tremendous amount of stress. And for it to happen, for it to come off the way that it came off, it was like afterwards, I needed to come down. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, and so usually after a show,
like if y'all pay attention, like after the show, I kind of get super quiet. I dip off somewhere. I go because a lot of times this is a very emotional. I feel like sometimes like a preacher who gets way worked up, and then I gotta bring myself way, way, way back down. And so I needed a little minute to get it together. And it was like reviewing it. I have a thing about being cheap, right? And I tell my sister this all the time, and I tell my wife, don't be cheap. Don't be. And so when Dawn's like, the band, $1,500. First of all, that was a bargain. That was a bargain. But black men see $1,500. Where am I supposed to get that from? Let me tell you that we had an all-star. Do y'all understand that the artists that we had playing for the What's in It for the Black People have played for like your favorite artists around the world?
Stevie Wonder?
Probably. Isley Brothers, Prince.
They weren't young people.
It was and so
so good.
It was
masters of their craft.
Of their craft.
I was looking at the drummer.
Right. Get a drummer son. I was like, man, I want to be. So I need to say thank you to Dawn because, sometimes I could be a cheap butt. And, she did not, sometimes, I'd be like, man, how much? I'd be like, I bet if I would have. But you know what? It's like you couldn't skimp. And it was like the people, like, all you got to do is go back and watch the videos and watch the people. Shout out to John Austin, who danced the entire second. Dawn should have just said she was having a concert.
I swear.
That's what she should have just said. I'm having a concert.
I'm like, why are we stepping?
Like, it was on and popping. Shout out to the Woodlawn, right? I got to send a big shout out to the Woodlawn for giving us their beautiful facility.
Right.
Opening it up and making it happen. I got to thank all of our team. Now, I need to tell y'all, it was funny because Tennille hired Miko Monroe to work the show because she was like, she understands Jackson. Right? Like, she is like, because, during the show, like, I haven't worked together with this staff, but it's a certain way that I am during time when production is, and it's like, I'm really just a certain way. Uh-huh. And it's like, I ain't really got time for your feelings. Just get what I need to get done. Stop. And I get to barking and I get to, and people be looking like, what? Huh? Excuse me? I know you ain't talking to me. I'm like, what are you doing? Stop. Come on. Let's move. Right? And it's like, because I'm used to having like my own street team but that was like the first time that we had ever been out, produced a outside event outside of our studio. So it was just a crazy, crazy, crazy day. And I need to thank everybody. Leron, DJ, Sonia Escobar, Miko Monroe, all of the personalities and all of the talent. You know what? And it's like, it was recapping that made me be like, wow. Like, wow. Like, we did something. Like, y'all, we really did something this year. Right? And to culminate that way, it was just a phenomenal feeling to let down. And then my friends came in from out of town, so I had a great opportunity to celebrate with them. It was a really good weekend. So much so that we got whooped yesterday. We was like, fireworks? No, son. Aunt Tennille had to come save the day. And can I just tell y'all, Aunt Tennille, we ain't gonna talk about Aunt Tennille's car, but she pulled up in front of me doing some playing one of them. You know, her car you could program the horn in her car.
Oh, really?
To play anything. She came up here playing some old hip hop stuff. I was like, don't be bringing that rappity rap in my neighborhood. Do not bring that over here. We've elevated over here. No, y'all. So I gotta say thank you to everybody who came out. You know who I did not see, who I always see? Alvin E. Norton. Alvin, where was you at, man? I'm calling you out. No, I'm not gonna call anybody out because it was crazy to see. We had donors who said we're going to upgrade everybody's ticket. So everybody got a VIP ticket. There were literally tied people outside at 6 a.m. Like outside, like at 6 a.m. Mm-hmm.
On Friday.
On a Friday, on a holiday.
Weekend, right.
And to the ladies in the front row.
Who was celebrating?
Oh my God.
Who celebrate? They kicked it off. I was like, look, y'all. I can't be drinking at. They was offering me a drink at 6:01. I was like, y'all brought y'all own bottle to the party.
That's
it
the
was,
way.
You know what? It was a good time had by all. Look, we're gonna talk about it a little bit more. Brother Frank talking about his refrigerator broke. Man, we ain't trying. That's all right though, cause John Austin, Leah Charrier, it was actually old and new. Right. It was so many people that I recognized, and then it was so many people who were like, we listen to you every day. And y'all, then they talk about we got to do it once a quarter. Shout out to my man Desmond. Did y'all see any of those pictures Desmond took?
Beautiful.
Ooh.
And I like the fact that now I know people's real names.
I still don't know nobody.
I'm like, what's your username?
Right. All right, y'all. Look, let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and then we're going to welcome our WBGX audience. We'll get the soul plane off the ground and a lot more. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Hey, we know y'all ain't going to work today, so y'all better roll over and tell you, after you.
Don't start.
Well, I'm just saying, it's a vacation day, so you still in the bed. You might roll over and be like,
no
baby.
Traffic. I'll give you the
traffic. Hey, right.
Clear.
Hey, baby. Before we turn on the Maze Jackson Show, remember how the Cosby Show used to end all the time?
With them in bed?
And it'd be like, and now, turn off the light. Turn off the light. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
I can see it in your eyes. You've been hurt way too many times, baby. And if I'm being honest, yeah, I can tell, girl, that you want this, yeah, but I can only wait for so long, girl. Giving us both some space so we can see, but don't make this too hard, yeah, 'cause I still want you right next to me, girl, it's plain to see, yeah. Don't play with it, baby, life's too short, gotta make a decision, yeah. It's time to make up your mind, girl. You gotta make up your mind, girl. You don't have to say a word, writing's all over your face, yeah. You don't have to hurt no more, just give me your love, you don't hold back and let it go. But I'ma only wait for so long, girl. Giving us both some space so we can see, but don't make this too hard, yeah. 'Cause I still want you right next to me, girl, it's plain to see, yeah. Oh, baby, life's too short, gotta make a decision, yeah. It's time to make up your mind, girl. You gotta make up your mind, girl.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For the black people, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't doze no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze, it's Sonia, and Ruthie and Todd, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve them. What's in it for the black people? All the lies we heard before. Time to pay attention, you gotta do more than listen.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore, out of town. So sitting in for her right now in his old school Stanley Cup 2015 championship.
That was only a minute ago.
It seemed like just a minute ago, but it was almost 6 years ago, Todd.
6 years, that's nothing no more.
That shoot. It's until you 50. Then you go to 56. You be like, hold on.
I did that already.
All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Welcome our.
I gotta tell you something.
Can I welcome our WBGX 1570
Please
AM
do.
audience? We want to thank you all for tuning in. Hope you all were with us on Friday and enjoyed the broadcast. You should have came. But that's okay. We're gonna have something else coming up. What you got to tell me, Todd?
So here I am driving here. I'm in the the local traffic lane, but there's not really much traffic.
Right.
And I'm like, there's a block ahead of me from the other car. It's like, I think it's a Jeep. It looked like a Jeep. And all of a sudden, I see it kind of moving over to the right. And then, bam! It hits the...
Rail. It's the...
whatever that side, where the bridges type thing, guys. The cement, right. And there's dust and things and flashing up.
I do declare.
Did the
I hit my
airbag...
hazards.
Did the airbag pop?
It must not have because they kept going.
Oh, he was asleep.
Yeah, he literally didn't even stop. He just kept going.
He was asleep.
You gotta go home.
He sleep.
That's what I was thinking. Gotta go home.
He like, well, how am I going to explain this to the police anyway?
Yeah, right.
I was driving in sleep at 90 miles an hour. Pretty lucky.
Yeah, he probably was doing like at least 70.
Yeah, you ever been driving and woke up?
Yep.
I've been at the light and woke up and like, oh.
I've been at. Did I ever tell you about the
highway?
I know. Oh no, that's the best place to do it.
That's
the best place to do it. I mean, I done slept through at least 2 towns.
No.
Like I know I done slept.
No,
I know I done slept through. Oh no. Yeah. Let me tell you.
I may have slept. You might be right.
Oh no, you have.
When you
Obviously, you fall asleep on air. So you definitely have fallen asleep.
When you can't remember what you passed, that may be a sign.
Todd, I'm gonna tell you. I can't really tell this story, but I can't tell the fullness of the story. I can tell you that part of the story starts with the Derrick Rose draft party, and it ends with me being startled awake with my foot on the brake at 87th and Damon. Being awakened by police officers.
Oh no! Did they give you the
Really?
flash?
And imagine being startled awake and police are tapping on your window and that story, I really wish I could tell it, but because it involves others, I can't really tell it, but I will tell you.
That's happened to me.
Woken up by the police.
I was at a Popeyes
Sleep.
parking lot though.
Oh no, I was asleep at a stoplight with my foot on the I think they thought we were dead.
Scary.
Really?
They thought we were shot dead.
And your foot.
You mean there were
maintained
others
on
in the car and they
ground?
all were asleep?
And literally 5 blocks from the crib.
It's
5 blocks from the crib.
always within
5 blocks from the crib. Oh my God. I really wish I could tell that story. And if I could tell you, I can't even tell you about my cousin. 'Cause boy, oh boy. Lord have mercy. That was a story for the ages. But lucky for you, you can't hear it. Look, this is the Maze Jackson Show. Maze, Todd, and Sonia. No Ruthie today. Ruthie will be out for a little while. I'm gonna be getting out of here for a little while too. So Todd, you might be Todd and y'all gonna be co-hosting with some variety of guests.
Ooh, variety. I love variety.
Yeah. So you all gotta be. I don't know if I'm really nervous about trusting my audience to anybody.
Can you get the green M&M?
Oh no. No green M&M. We're gonna talk about all of this stuff when we come back. So first of all,
There's a green M&M.
There is?
yeah, that used to be the best one. Money green. It's about as green as the that green behind Todd too. All right, look, let me run through a couple headlines and then we're gonna get to the social media question of the day. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Hey Sonia, can we get this thing up to 60,000 feet though? Let's get it up and away. How about this? 42 and 10. 42 and 10. Not bad. 42 and 10. 42 people shot, 10 dead.
Oh my God.
Actually, so
That's
is it
not
better?
bad numbers, huh?
Wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. Is 42 and 10 better than 77 and 2?
Any children?
Wow.
Is 44 and 10? There's always children in the big number. 44 and 10 or 77 and 2? Would you rather have 77 people shot and 2 people dead, or 40? Well, not what, rather. I mean, I just wonder, like, how do they measure that? You know, when they say crime, like when it was a success this weekend, because I would consider.
But when you shoot,
I always say you want to
die.
be dead, so I always count that, right? You remember I always say if you got shot, the intent was for you to be
Right.
dead, whether it was accidentally or not. You were supposed to die.
Right.
And if this was in I think about this. If this was 1980 and we had these numbers, there'd be a lot more deaths because they couldn't keep people alive. Like now they got so much technology, they put you back together, half of you chewed up, missing, all of that, they can still put you back on the battlefield.
Right.
Back in the day, some of these shootings would be fatalities.
Did you see one of the videos over the weekend?
No, I ain't seen none. I'm not watching murder
They waited
videos.
until the fireworks and then they just started shooting downtown. It was so scary. Instagram.
Is that the one with the helicopter? I mean, with the people looking down? Hey, man, it's too
No,
much.
different one.
It's too much, y'all. It's too much. So, first of all, because, some of us will have us believe that what's happening in the city is mythological. And it's funny to me that they always compare us to other cities. I'd be like, I don't care what happens in Dallas right now. I'm
They'll
worried
handle
about what. Right, let them handle that. Don't tell me it's all. Yeah, it is all across the country. So what are we doing here? But I want to talk about that a little bit later. Because can we raise somebody else's kids?
I don't know, but I avoid the E-way a lot more.
Man, I don't.
I know, traffic.
See, I stop it. It's a do or don't because I avoid the E-way. But then, the other night by my crib, the deck was going up, it was going down, and I was like, Carrie, do not take the street. Like you gotta take Ogden, cut across, take Madison. Don't take the.
I couldn't go past North Avenue.
Oh no, it's
Right.
going down, man. It's going down in the city, and I don't. I mean, it's interesting. Because I feel like some people will have us believe that this isn't real. Like this is all. And I got you on the white. You know how I feel about. The man did it to us. The man does the big stuff, right? The man set up the universe, and I understand we gotta fight the universe, but I can't.
I know some people think that literally white people are like dressed up as black people and going out and shooting people.
I'm not gonna say that wouldn't be a bad idea if I was a white person, because who would believe? Who would not believe? Who would
believe it? Huh?
Right? Who believe it? Right? You be like, these ninjas won't stop. Right? So I'm not gonna say that, but I'm saying again, my point is, whoever it is, what's our defense in our community for us? Like if it's the white man, if it's the black man, whoever it is, what's our plan for us? Because I was just thinking, like, somebody was just talking about this. I was looking at this on social media the other day where a guy said he literally ordinarily would intervene in certain situations. And he'd be like, I ain't even finna mess with it. Like grown men. And I think it's funny because I think oftentimes, I think everybody talks tough. But I don't know that everybody really has the capability to reach the people that are the challenge right now. And it goes back to my whole concept of, like, we romanticize this thing that is eating us up. And I got the white supremacy part of it, right? But I don't have a grip on the black self-loathing component of it. Mm-hmm. That's the part I don't get a grasp on. And I don't know how many. I'll give you slavery. I'll give you everything that has happened. I gotta ask though, how do we break the grip? And I think it's like a whole bunch of cliche statements that everybody got, right? Like, the boys, the men, the men stand up, the boy. Like, we ain't dealing in the same space where there's no, like, you can pop somebody in, like, they will come back and shoot you. Really. And it's like everybody be pretending like that's not a reality, and you just some chump if that's not your calling. Right? And there's a place in the world for the people like Tyrone Muhammad, who I believe need to be funded, who are out there in that space. But I don't know if I am with the romanticization of the destruction of our own people. It's almost like how they say hurt people hurt people? Mm-hmm. So the hurt people are hurting people, and we trying to salve the hurt people, even as they're continuing to victimize the people. And it sounds super smart, like, because we can say all of but realistically, what you gonna do to change it? Like, I love, there's a lot of things that we can do, but what impact are you having in your neighborhood? How do you measure what you're doing? And how do we measure what's effective? Because I don't know where right now, I don't know what direction we go. And how do we deal with this stuff? Because 42 and 10. 42 and 10. Or would you rather, think about the choice of 42 and 10 and 77 and 2. That's kind of crazy choices, right?
Yeah, boy.
Those are the numbers we playing with. So that's
a no-win situation.
Exactly. You know what? I'm gonna fight Sonia's camera in a minute, because whatever's going on with it, it's like I be trying to drag it all the way down.
Send donations.
No, really, I probably need to just get in there and reprogram it. But look, y'all, what else happened this weekend? The campaign trail, 4th of July. I want to talk about that because, the biggest race right now statewide seems to be the race for Secretary of State, right? Like,
I don't know any other races right now.
Well, the governor's race, apparently there's a race.
Oh, right. The governor's going to
But, I didn't see very much of him out for the, like this used to be, because this was heading right into the heart of the season, but now the campaign season has moved all the way to the elections, not until June. I wonder, are we going to see people working as hard, or will they slack and push the whole clock back? Well, at least in the Secretary of State, they running. And it's so funny because I was looking at the pictures that I saw online, social media. I did not see very much David Moore. I did not see very much Pat Dow. Now, admittedly, I didn't go to anybody's pages. I'm just talking about what came up in my timeline.
Right.
Pat Dow may not be in my timeline just because she may have executed me from it or whatever. That may be one thing. I didn't see much of David Moore. I saw Anna Valencia and I saw Alexi Janulius. Interestingly enough, I saw Alexi Janulius with Hannah Jubei and a picture with Jesse White. I saw Anna Valencia walking down the street with her baby and her husband, and you know what it was just so strikingly reminded me of?
What?
And she had the shorts on. Susanna Mendoza Part 2. No, I mean, really, like the push and the stroke, and I'm not tripping, like I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all. It just felt very much like I felt like we were seeing the Susanna Mendoza redo. Like, what is REDUX? Is it redo? Redux? You know when they say like REDUX?
Oh, yeah.
So I
don't know. But
it just was really interesting to see the baby being pushed down the street, her running to the corners. And I'm not bugging out. I'm not, there's no diss to anybody's family or anything like that. But I thought it was a striking image. And I just feel like, man, y'all, we finna let these people just walk right up the middle with no resistance. Like, the fact that all of the black people have already either aligned themselves with Anna Valencia or Alexi Janulius. And I mean, you know, me and Pat Dowell ain't always been on the best, but I mean, golly, black people. Like, y'all ain't even gonna give the people a chance to talk.
How much faith do we have in ourselves?
And I'm just saying, like, I just don't feel like, I feel like it's too easy for people. It's too easy. It's like, I understand everybody picking a winner, but why are we so in this? Like, why are we not holding back just a little bit? We got to come back to that because, I mean, I don't know who the best, but who's cutting the best deal? Now, we know that who's cutting the best. Let's back up. The perception is that certain people control the black vote or influence the black vote. In my estimation, what's the challenge is, do these people really represent our interests and how has it worked out? So I don't really care about your endorsement if you ain't showing me if you can't demonstrate to me what you've done for black folks, then I really don't care about your endorsement. And so I don't know about all these people lining up so early to declare their support without even providing a platform for us to all see everybody that's out there.
I think the black people, when I say the black people, I should say the black candidates. No, not the black candidates. No, more like the black elected officials look at you and they say, well,
you can't win.
Well, sometimes they do say that, but they look at and say, can you get enough black support and can you get anybody else's support, which is really the tough part. It's a big state. You got to get some white people, Hispanic people, somebody else has got to be on your team.
Or you take a big enough plug out that bad boy that nobody gets to 50.
Well, yeah.
And that's my point.
Everybody's running to 38%.
So if Pat Dowell and David Moore are the two black candidates, to me, they have the ability to prevent the other two from getting to the number. Because the other part that I think we haven't taken into consideration that I want to talk about a little bit later is, have we even, just 4 years ago, Republicans were in the mix. I mean, they had 2 of the 4 statewide spots, right?
Yeah, but that's the cycle.
I got you, but I'm saying, like, what we have not ever seen in the last 20 years is a true race where there's a race on both sides. Like, we haven't really seen a Republican, and I'm just curious to see.
That Rauner Quinn thing was.
Well, yeah, but that's my point, though. 4 years ago, we were coming out of, this is going to be, we'll talk about it because I got more on that and I really want to turn that into a topic. Y'all, how about yesterday also? Shout out to everybody who came to ball with us in the gym yesterday. That was fun to watch. I ain't running around. Like, I talk a lot of smack about Todd, but he be getting in there. And Todd hit a couple little shots yesterday.
Hey, I got a little legs back.
Hey, man, it was fun, though. So I'm going to tell you, fellas, if you all want to get down, we're taking this Sunday off, but after this Sundays from 8 to 10 a.m., we are going to be having basketball runs. Black men and their sons and young black men getting together and just having a good old time. That was pretty fun to watch.
It was.
Yesterday. I can't wait till y'all get full court because y'all going to need some asthma pumps.
Who needs full court?
Oh, no, we need full court because we need to make the young. See, and the best part was watching the old guys push the young guys around, but the young guys still trying to play. Man, But I'm gonna tell y'all what. I don't know what the deal is with these 6'5" freshmen shooting threes. Right? Like, ain't you supposed to be like, big man, you the big man. Go dunk the ball. Go bully some people.
No, some people are born to be guards.
Oh,
I play with a whole bunch of people, and some people that is their, and some people are like 6'1" and they're born to be down in the paint, standing next to the bucket.
That's like Mark. Mark is not as big as I thought he was when you see him next to some people, but boy, he play big. Right. I mean, well, everybody's big to us, right? We be like, dang, dog, you 6 foot?
Yeah, right.
You tall. But yeah, yesterday was a stone cold blast. We had a great time. Just the continuation of the weekend. Thank you to everybody. What else I got on my list?
Before you get to that, the thing about Mark was, as Al McGuire would say,
Al McGuire. Who the hell is Al McGuire?
Dang, you don't know nothing. Al McGuire was the coach of Marquette, and then they won the championship with a leader, Bo Ellis from Chicago, and then he retired and became a sportscaster. And he was who's the bald guy?
Oh, Dick Vitale.
Yeah, he was Dick Vitale-ish, but better, because he didn't have to. He made a lot of nicknames up and stuff. And he would say about Mark McGuire that he was built like an aircraft carrier. He was wide, took a lot of space. So even though he was 6'7", you couldn't
get around him.
Yeah, he handled you.
Yeah, Mark walk around like he'll handle you still. He'd be like, hey, Mace. I'd be like, yes, Mark. What, man? All right, y'all. This is the Mace. Man, you know what? I messed up this weekend. We were supposed to have Mark called me, man, and this is part of the reason, y'all. By the way, I'm getting an assistant. I've decided that I've got to finally get an assistant. Cause
I saw that.
I need to find someone who can kind of handle the business, take care of the stuff, because I be missing stuff. Y'all check out Mark's interview. He had Rick Mahorn on this weekend, and he had Spud Webb last week, and all that's gonna be coming to the network. But boy, I messed up this weekend because hey man, it's just so much. It was just so much going on. All right, what else we got?
You're right. You need an assistant.
I do.
Once you feel like you need an assistant, that means you need one.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like I be overwhelmed. I be missing appointments and stuff. I be like, or I don't miss them. I be like, I'll be there in 10 minutes. And I be like, look, let me just get this.
That's becoming a chant for you, huh?
I'll be there in 10 minutes. I can get anywhere in 10 minutes from where we're at. All right. What else? I think that is enough. I was going to ask y'all about the social media question today, because how many of y'all went to work today? How many of y'all are off today? Seems like Sonia,
I'm on the job.
Sonia, I texted Sonia yesterday, and she was like, okay. I was like,
I asked Bella, I was like,
okay.
you heard that? She goes,
Yeah.
Of course, mommy.
Okay. I asked Todd, he was like, yeah, I forgot today was supposed to be a holiday, though. Right? Like, I literally forgot today was a holiday.
Yesterday was the holiday.
Yesterday was a holiday, but this is the work holiday. But, this ain't like real work. So it's interesting because we're here. And I was going to ask y'all, do y'all still celebrate should we still be celebrating the 4th of July as black people? I mean, I'm not giving the day back. Don't get that wrong. But now that we got Juneteenth, and should we really ever even think of this as our celebration? Right? Like, remember 4th of July used to be huge for black people. At least for me. That's why our family reunion. I wonder how we gonna make our family reunion around Juneteenth now.
You're right. 4th of July, big time. Big picnics, big barbecues, all kind of stuff.
Family reunions, all of that stuff. And I was wondering, do we still celebrate the 4th of July, realizing that it really wasn't independence for us? Right? Like, it really was not independence for us.
They do it Hayes in the Lake. Man, there are a ton of people over there.
Oh, now you can't. Man, well, it was a lot of people doing a lot of stuff this weekend. Shout out to Pier 31, too. Don be programming the heck up out some stuff.
Oh,
yesterday,
man, I started going down 31st Street, and Janine said, stop! They warned you, don't go down 31st Street.
Why don't go down 31st Street?
It's like you're saying from...
Because Don and Nikki and them...
It's awful over there. I mean, just in the sense that there's so many people, you can't move, you can't turn. The police are down there. Yeah, it was crowded.
I'm going to tell you, what's so beautiful is blacks. It's black. Why don't you do this? Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. You know what you do? Why don't you go to Dante? Right? Let's take a quick break. You play Dante, and then by the time you come back, we'll be ready to rock and roll. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Maze, Todd, and Sonia are here. Ruthie is somewhere. She ain't even watching us. She probably somewhere sleeping. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Broken screen? Crash system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
What about my love? Seems you have forgotten love. I do believe that something went wrong somewhere. What about my feelings? Do they mean anything at all? You got me so in love, I'm too blind to see. Now that you got my love, now you wanna put me down. Now that you got my love, got me standing on shaky ground. What about it, baby? What about the days and the nights we spent? What about the love we made so sweet? Are you sure you wanna live? Think it over, baby. 'Cause girl, I believe. I think you just might wanna change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Oh, no. Now that you got my love, got me standing on shaky treat your man. When I gave all that I never had, you got me going through changes of life with you. Are you sure you wanna live? Think it over, babe. 'Cause girl, I believe, I think you just might change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on
together. Put your hands together. Before you leave out the door, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change your mind? Really wish you would change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Now that you got my love, you don't come around. Now that you got all my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Oh my, I had a conversation with her. This is how it went. Before you leave out the door, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change your mind? Oh, Lord have mercy. 'Cause I need you and you need me. I know we can be happy. Just wait and see. Baby, won't you change your mind? I'll do better if you change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, got me standing on shaky. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Baby, won't you change your mind? Baby, won't you change your mind? Oh no, I've been hoping, baby. I've been praying, baby. Yes, I have. Baby, won't you change your mind? Oh no. I've been hoping, baby. Yeah.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. Act 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. toast. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my sometimes co-host, Todd Stroger, in the building. Ruthie Moore is world traveling. And Sonia Escobar is back in the building. That means we back on the map. How y'all feeling today? Todd, how you feeling today, man?
Oh, I'm feeling good, you know. Play a little ball.
Play a little ball yesterday. I saw you, Todd. I saw you out there
grilled.
trying to do your thing. Heinz grilled?
Yeah, even though
That's why Heinz didn't come to
trust Heinz.
Why? Because he be grilling what he want?
He'd be putting stuff in there. I'm like, man, what does this taste? Salt and pepper, please.
Oh, see, you got to have a challenge. You got to. Hold on.
I'm tired.
Shoot.
You tired? Did y'all barbecue last night? Did y'all kick it? Hold on for the 4th of July?
Yeah, and I live in an area where it's America. So the fireworks were going on until, like almost 4.
Oh, Claire, she swears that fireworks were like right outside her window. I'm like, I don't know, that's impossible, but it was loud.
We're so ratchet around here, but it wasn't in my direct neighborhood. It was, by the park.
Every place had fireworks, I think. I mean, I don't know. No white people. I haven't talked to any lately, but
no, white people go to the park. White people go to the park. Black people take these fireworks to the park. They go to the alley. They be like, forget your roof. No, I know that these flaming projectiles. We used to sit on the roof and watch the fireworks. Now it's like, no, because they'll fall down on you. They be like, some people be like, let me shoot the fireworks at your house. This is the Maze Jackson Show. So I don't know. First of all, the phone lines are open. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I want to talk to y'all. Period, point blank. 872-259-7474. One, are you celebrating? Did you celebrate the 4th of July? Should we still be celebrating? Secondly, did y'all kick it with us for the anniversary? I didn't hear from y'all from the anniversary because we didn't, we couldn't take live phone calls at the anniversary. But I do wonder if you had a good time, if you enjoyed this last year, if you're going to rock with us for the next year, if you got some new programming, if you just want to say you staying home today and I got a feeling it's a lot of people that's not watching today because they busy. It's like, no, they not asleep. You wake up this time, you be like, I was thinking, baby, you sleep. I'm not asleep. What you doing? What you doing? Hey, what you doing? And the next thing, the Maze Jackson Show, y'all be like, we'll talk to that Maze on tomorrow. Y'all come in a little bit later. But if you are home today, you chilling with your wife, your loved ones, if you're celebrating, if you're not celebrating, give us a call, 872-259-7474. I'm not even talking to Brother Frank. Talk about my refrigerator. Brother Maze, you told us you was gonna be waiting on your son to bring you down there. Then your refrigerator broke down. Then you couldn't make it down. When black people be like, I'm on my way, where they be at? At the crib still?
You ready?
I'll be there in 10 minutes. What that mean?
I'm around the
I ain't
corner.
even left out the house. Y'all still celebrating? Should we still be celebrating the 4th of July? I feel like even the the Juneteenth just reiterates why this wasn't our holiday. Like, cause we wasn't free. Shoot, ask some people we still ain't free.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I have my doubts every day.
You got your doubts? Give us a call. 872-259-7474. If you was in the front row and you was drinking on Friday, we want to hear from you. If you didn't come to the party, we not even talking to the village of Robbins because they didn't come. That's all right. We don't have to let Ryan and the mayor. Man, you know what? We gonna let them all have it.
Westside was in the building.
Westside, man, everybody was in the building, really though. Everybody was in the building.
But it was so fun.
It was that fun. The funniest thing. Okay, I'm just telling y'all. Y'all know y'all gonna. We also had it. You know we gonna be on. If you came, you gonna be on Hulu. It's a Hulu special. Cause Rob Guevich stopped by and they were shooting a documentary. So y'all probably be checking that out too.
Yeah.
He looked good. Dressed up.
Rob be trying to take a picture. I noticed all the sisters had pictures with Rob. And they said they didn't ask. They said he asked first. I was laughing. And he was like, "You not been locked up in a long time." Oh, yeah. But I had a really good time on Friday. So I'm glad everybody came out. Shout out again to DB Digby over at the Woodlawn. Yeah, we know Ryan be supporting. Ain't nobody think about Ryan. You know, Ryan and he be cracking jokes too. I'm telling y'all. Ryan, it was all right though. It's all right. Let's go to the live lines. Who is on the live line? Let's start with Brother Frank. Brother Frank, you're on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up, man? You get your refrigerator? Did you get your refrigerator?
Yes, I did. It didn't get situated until 11 o'clock, Brother Maze. Brother Todd, good morning.
Good morning.
Sonia, good morning. I was so heartbroken. I'm a grown man. My baby boom. And I was literally in tears, sitting like watching y'all out. It was off the chain. I had my clothes picked out. I knew how I was going to act. I was looking for the meeting, like I was looking for the meeting with Al Shocker. I met him at the Culture Club. I had everything mapped out. Then boom, my refrigerator's not on. The light's not coming on. My refrigerator is packed. And the sad part about it, I couldn't get no one to come house sit for me while I go party. That wouldn't have been right. And it was Friday anyway. I'm almost in tears. Only thing that saved me was that saying that they got in I think in Alcohol Numbers during the prayer when it says, "Give me the spirit to accept the things I cannot change." You know, y'all heard that that saying though. That's the only thing that saved me from tears. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm still in the jam with my refrigerator because now over here our power is out, and I'm over here cooking my pancakes, sausage, and eggs with no light on my stove. No light whatsoever, house whatsoever.
Man, so, you on that 10-year plan. You know what? I think you right at that point where you on the 10-year plan where you must have got all your appliances at the same time. Because they start breaking down. They be like, bing, 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 bing. Brother Frank, well, we missed you, man. We thought you was going to be there. I know you had some green gaiters and a green walking suit ready to come. I said, did you have on? You had your green gaiters and a green walking suit. You from out west? You know they be talking about us from out west sometimes.
Oh, I know.
Now I was gonna be in beige.
Oh, beige.
I'm gonna be out. You know what I'm saying? My girlfriend said, "You better not wear that. You better not wear that." I'm just going to meet my brother Maze Jackson, Todd, Sonia. I'd have been heartbroken because Ruthie wasn't out. I was gonna give her a father like her. You know what I'm saying? Respectable, but that's okay. I enjoyed watching y'all enjoying yourself. Y'all was off the chain, man. Y'all was off the chain. But let me get this social media question about the holidays. I have always celebrated the 4th of July, and I'm going to always celebrate. But see, I've always done it because I was awoke even as a 10, 11-year-old kid. I knew our slaves, our ancestors of slavery and bondage, couldn't celebrate 4th of July for Christmas. So I celebrate 4th of July in honor of them because they couldn't. That's why I do it. I think those who do not want to celebrate the 4th of July and those who do want to celebrate the 4th of July, they both have strong legs to stand on. I don't think one should criticize the other. If you want to celebrate it, celebrate it. If you don't, then don't. But we got other things, you know what I'm saying, to put together than let something like that drive us apart. They both got strong legs to stand on. I just stand on either side, and that's the way I feel. But Brother May, y'all party for me, and I thank y'all. I enjoyed everything I was watching. Y'all have a good day now.
Thank you, Brother Frank. Thank you, Brother Frank. You know what? Next year I'm gonna have multiple cameras. They talking about Todd. We gotta do something every quarter. Y'all buy tickets. We'll do something every quarter. Shoot, we do something every week.
quarter.
Man, I'm saying that we could. I'm telling you, we could fill up. I feel like we could fill up a little arena, not an arena, but I do feel like we could fill up a small theater. Right? Get a theater. Actually, that's a good one too. Sonia, get a movie theater. Get a movie theater, rent that bad boy out. Y'all come buy tickets. We come do live broadcasts. But if we do it next time, it's going to be T-shirts. It's going to be giveaways. It's going to be sponsors. See, the thing is, there was a lot of people that didn't think we could pull it.
And we needed some grace. I mean, we've been locked up. This is the first remote we've had.
Man, this is the first remote we had. And it's the... Can I just point out something else? It's the first... I want to just make sure y'all are clear. Pioneering. We did a live remote broadcast via social media. It wasn't the typical live broadcast of a radio station. It was a live digital video production. Now, there are pieces and parts that I probably could have planned for better, but I'll tell you what, the next time we won't miss. But let me tell you, there are no people that are doing what we are doing. In the studio, out of the studio, it's a network, baby. Hey, y'all, let me go to the live line. Bob, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
My brother, shalom.
Bob, Bob, you calling us all the way. Now, let me tell you, Bob, this is Bob Israel. Bob,
tell you what?
I said, hold on. You calling me from Washington, D.C.? Y'all made it all the way to D.C.?
Yes, sir.
So they started in Chicago.
On the 4th of July, we made it. On the 4th of July.
On the 4th of July. Talk to me. What's going on? Tell us. Give us a quick update.
Say July. I said July. They lying. July.
Give me an update, Bob.
Say it again. I can't hear you. Update is, closer we was getting to D.C., the closer the media was shutting us out, the closer, the more I kept hearing about violence in Chirac. It was interesting. So I had an epiphany. They gone back, but I stayed behind because I see a couple of construction sites I might shut down, and I got to go see one of these congressmen. Somebody in Washington, D.C. gonna have to talk to me. From Illinois. They got to do something. The president got to sign an executive order. They got to do something, man. This violence is terrible. Plus, I'm going to play them numbers in the lottery just said about 44 and 10, 70, 72. So, it's crazy, man. I had an epiphany. I don't know what words to use, but I ain't leaving until I talk to somebody.
Bob, you chopping up, man. You like super choppy underwater. Why don't you do this? Give me a call back. Call us on
the... Can you hear me now?
Say, keep talking. You still chopping. You like...
You call me what time you want me to call back? What time?
You know what? Call back. Call back. Man, get somewhere where you stable and you can call back. We're going to keep the phone lines open. We'll look for your call.
I'm finna go outside. All right.
All right, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Todd Stroger. Todd, so are you celebrating the 4th of July today? Or did you celebrate yesterday? Did you go to the Martins? You got to watch Todd when they go to the Martins. Todd be sipping.
No, we didn't go to the Martins, and I'm pretty sure. No, I'm not sure about none. But I haven't talked to the boss yet. So, but no, I think it's more of a we're gonna clean house type of day.
This is a clean house day,
and sleeping on the chair. Yeah.
You know what? I gotta go take a test, man. I gotta go get a rapid PCR test. Something that's just on the run, man.
What is that? Is that what you take when you're trying to have babies?
The nose.
Nah.
So you can travel.
Yeah, so you can travel.
Oh.
Yeah, so jam your nose, bust your nose cap open.
When you say travel,
they're quick.
You mean like out of the country?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Sayonara.
You going to Japan?
What are you talking about, man? No, I'm not going to know.
You're going to Western Japan.
I am getting out of my way. How about that?
I hear you.
That's what I'm gonna do. All right, y'all. So look, let's move on. Did you see on Friday that we didn't really get to talk about a lot of stuff because we were saying names and I was funking it up and dancing with the band and all that stuff. But did you see that the aldermen did have their emergency meeting at City Council and it went on for hours and hours and hours?
What was the topic?
The crime and violence in Chicago.
Oh.
What's up with David? David Brown recited a nursery rhyme. It is not for
Which one? What I know?
It's something about it's not for I to ask her something, but to.
Oh, yours is not the reason why. Yours is to do or die. Something like that.
That right, Mr. Brown. What do you?
That's not a nursery rhyme, I don't think.
What's your reply to violence in Chicago? What are you doing? say your rhyme again. I know you are, but what am I? That's what he did. And then he told him, y'all got me at this meeting, so I can't be planning. And if it's murders this weekend, it's going to be all because of y'all having me at this meeting.
He said that.
Aren't you supposed to have a plan?
Right. They was like, I presented you this plan. Y'all acting like y'all ain't never seen this plan. I think that it
was hostile.
Yeah, it was definitely hostile. And, they could have avoided it, though. The mayor just is so obstinate. She could have just let them have a committee hearing.
Right.
Like they asked for, and then you didn't have to convene the whole council, and then it wouldn't have been 50 people having showtime.
Wait, what do you mean?
So they asked for Chris Taliaferro, the head of public safety, to have a emergency committee meeting.
I saw that.
He declined to have it, so they exercised their right to convene a full city council meeting.
Right.
And so they
Brown declined.
No, no. Chris Taliaferro, Alderman Taliaferro, who is a mayoral ally, did not call his committee to a hearing where they wanted to address things that they had been asking for over the last year. Like Ray Lopez, like I just feel like what
people are dying. What's more important than that?
Here's so I'm gonna park that and I'm gonna give you the people are dying. I'm gonna park political misstep after misstep. Like I feel like they are breadcrumbing the mayor right off the cliff, and she be picking up the crumbs to go right off the cliff. Like there's almost like I've come to the realization that the only way she wins again is if there's no opponent, right? And at this point, I'm not still mad about last year and her saying and sicking the Latinos on us and burning our city down and just ruining everything. I'm not even mad about that anymore. Now I just don't want the city to go off the cliff, right? Like I feel like did you see she called Ed Burke Burger King Ed? She is now,
I saw that.
She is now doing the Donald Trump. Like they literally, so I've been telling y'all she was Donald Trump. They literally called her that in the paper. They were like using Trump-esque tactics now.
Right.
And it just seems to me that the mayor, she has like a lot of, to me, what are self-inflicted wounds.
It's like always a fight.
Oh,
Yes.
it's always a fight.
It's always a
so
fight.
difficult.
And it's like, I don't know what her motivation is at this point. Like, I don't know like what she's going for. Like, she just seems to be like aimlessly, like now it's just like, I'm just going to be, and I'm just telling you now, the paper, she's done in the media. She's done in the media. Did you see the Sun-Times they just did a whole one page about her being a liar?
Oh, wow.
They did a fact check and it says, well, and you know,
That's when you know they're not on your side.
oh yeah, they're like
Anymore,
fact
at
check for every story. Like, and it's like they're trying to be cool. Like, so they try to appear non-biased, so they'll print a story,
Right.
And then you turn the page and be like, but meanwhile, she sucks.
Right.
And
You can't fight everybody.
and now, and here's the thing. Now she's playing the race card. She's saying that they asked her last week because the Sun-Times, the Tribune called her irascible. That's a nasty word. Celine, break that irascible down for them.
Most people don't even grasp irascible.
Yeah, but
I can barely say it.
Irascible is like when you get called irascible. When they went to look for a word to dig up to,
Right, they were
to
like,
describe you, right, so that they can be like, you are a
Tendency to be easily angered.
right, which basically is
Tempered,
you are a
tempered, ill-tempered.
That's true.
right, but you can't say it. What they really say.
I was talking about Sonia, not what you said.
Okay, but
Snappy.
she asked. So last week they asked her, what percentage of the trouble that you're having in the city has to do with the fact that you're a black woman? And she said 99% of her problems are because she is a black woman.
There's somebody with a chip on their shoulder right there.
Wow.
No, there's somebody who is grasping for straws. Because I keep telling you, before she used to think she was an old white man, and now she talk about what she has finally realized is you OJ. It's the Maze Jackson Show. OJ. We will be back. Still OJ.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
I, Emmanuel Chris Welch,
do solemnly swear
that
I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois.
I ain't gonna hold the fact that he's an alpha against him. I'm not gonna hold the fact he came on my show with this Northwestern, but we made Black history. The Illinois Speaker of the House, Mr. Emmanuel Chris Welch. Mr. Speaker, welcome to What's in It for the Black People Media. How are you today, and how does it feel to be one of the most powerful men in the state of Illinois?
I couldn't miss this opportunity to come on your show and talk about this historic moment. I've recognized exactly what this means for our people. And it was Black people uniting. Women in our caucus kicked the door down. They kicked it down, but Black people united and walked right through the door. In my governing, I think it's realistic for people to expect us to continue to pursue some important legislation that's going to impact Black communities, because that's been my entire career. I look at things through an equity lens, a racial lens, specifically a Black lens. And now that we're at the head of the table, we're going to make sure that our communities receive the much needed resources that they need.
How do we actually get to participate now?
People may doubt what you say, but they believe what you do. And I'm in a position for the first time in the history of this state to help our community. And I want you to take a look at my actions and over the course of the next few months and see the answer to that very question. Want to see what's in it for the Black people? Watch my actions. I must thank 22 strong people for insisting that happened. Please acknowledge, respect, and thank the members of the Illinois House Black Caucus. Let's give them a round of applause.
WIIFTBP. I miss your kiss. Oh, your kiss is one of a kind. It feels so nice. Girl, you do it right. I miss. Oh, girl, you don't go too fast. You take your time. Just how I like. I miss. Hey. Oh, you kiss it, then I'm drifting off your love. Keeps me floating, girl. I miss. And ooh, it feels so good. I wanna come down. Girl, I'm missing that love. Come on. Ooh, babe, I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. Oh, babe, I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. Come on, come on. Oh, when you're not around, girl, I'm tweaking. I swear I be hearing things. Oh, yeah. And if I cannot have you, girl, I'm feeling. Oh, that's such a talent you bring. Yeah.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show.
You are tuned into the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger, Sonia Escobar. Y'all, we are filing the soul plane. It's 7:35 and 36. If you got to go to work today, I ain't going to tell you how much time you got because you probably salty anyway. Right? It is us doing our thing on a July 5th. Most people are off today. And we can tell by our numbers. I can tell y'all over there being 5th of July lovers. Get your cold feet off me. For all the fellas who didn't get a pedicure, but you probably sliding your feet over trying to, wake your significant other up and be like,
sandpaper.
Let's have some fireworks, right?
I love to live
It's
in America.
right. It's fireworks, baby. Let's make some fireworks. This is sending out to you. We want y'all, to all the lovers that are now split sharing the screen. If you are watching us on the big screen in your room, we hope you're having a romantic moment. Hope that you are finding that significant other that you all are usually up bustling trying to get out of the house in the morning. Today you are somewhere laying next to each other just thinking, I wish he would stop snoring. It is the Maze Jackson Show. We are here to kick it with y'all on this holiday. Now I'm letting y'all know things are changing up around the What's in It for the Black People Media Network. So today, there is no Book of Dawn. All of our shows are going to a weekly format. So your favorite shows are going to be going more into a production mode. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But What's in It for the Black People Media Network is moving to create more content, more shows. So we'll still have the same shows that you know and love for the most part. And we'll be adding a few more. And you'll start to see them be a little bit more produced. You'll start to see podcasts and you'll start to see a lot more clips because we want to grow and do the things that are necessary to, sometimes the morning show will be the morning show. But, as you look to build this platform, we think more of the traditional television model, sort of the app-based model where you can go find all your content. So be on the lookout for the new and improved What's in It for the Black People Media. Let's go to the live line. No. Before I go to the live line, I got to ask you all. We got a public safety crisis in Chicago. I think it sounds sexy to ignore it. It's even convenient to position it as an issue of white supremacy. Todd even said that there are people who wear masks and dress up as black people.
I didn't say that. I said people said that. I personally don't believe it, but yeah, there are people who believe that.
Here's my question. Once you get past all of the causes, right? Because the reality of all of the causes, no matter who you blaming it on, white, black, the people who end up dead are black.
Right.
Right? Like the people who end up dead are black. And it often seems as though we look to find more excuses for why they kill while our own people wind up dead at the hands of our own people. You could call it a slavery, but we're living here right now in the midst of it. And it's almost like we try to intellectualize our brains out of the reality that we're still getting shot at. It's like the media can do their part, but the reality is that there is something happening in our communities to us, by us. Now, it has assistance by circumstances, but how do we get from a point of talking about love but self-loathing? Because at some point, there is a level of self-loathing that we as black people apparently have.
Right.
So much so that even the best of us can't help but screw our own stuff up. Excuse my language. And if we have that self-loathing in us, how do we get around it? If you can see I talk about like the churches and the hypocrisy in the churches, because they preach this whole way of life that they don't really live.
Mm-hmm.
And so my question now becomes, how do we get to the reality? Like, I'm through with the pontification. Like, people are dying in our neighborhoods. We saw 11 people get shot in the midst of trying to celebrate our own black neighborhood. So if 75th Street is ours and it's us doing our own thing in our own neighborhood, right? Nobody went downtown. They was on 75th Street kicking it. I don't care about you, Ratchet, being on the pole. I don't care, because I'm going to tell you, me and Carrie was downtown this weekend with some friends, and as we were driving down Wacker Drive, we saw white girls on a pole twerking on one of the premier buildings. Like, I really wish I would have stopped and took a picture, because that's why I'm not mad at the kids for twerking on the pole, because the white kids was twerking on, and it didn't look the same because it wasn't so many people, but they was literally bent over drunk. One was laid out throwing up, and the other one was twerking on the bike rack on the building. So I'm past that. But I gotta ask you, what is the solution to the violent component of our community that for some reason we seem to glorify?
How do you get people to be passionate or compassionate about, that's the word, about others in their community? I don't know how do you make them go backwards, because they're charging head forth. It's about me, and that's about it.
I mean, who talks to these people? Who talks to that generation? It's like not talks about, but talks to.
But isn't that like, it's literally part of their life?
Yeah,
it would be like a transformation. I mean, it's not just don't do that. It's like you got to change your whole life.
How do we get to that group? How do we get there? How do we get to the issues?
I think you stated the fundamental question. The query is, how do you get to them? But I think it's more than just how do you talk to them right off the bat? How do you get to talk to them? And when you do, what can you say that would assuage, is that the word? Them to change their mind to that this is not the way. There's hope.
Dante, baby, won't you change your mind?
Amen. Yeah, I mean, there's a different way, and there's like hope and success in that way if you really stick to it.
Can I tell you what would change their minds?
What?
Economics. Well, the guy on the street is not going to be persuaded by love of blackness. It's not happening. The guy that is outside on the block is looking to say, man, are you feeding me?
Well, how do you change their mind that fast money isn't the best money?
Let's back up. I think that you got to show them outcomes. Like, I think that, honestly, if you look like me and you ain't no different than me, who are you to tell me what I'm going to aspire to? And I fundamentally, which is why the reason that the drug dealer and the flossing and the stunting is all so.
Somebody told them.
But it's usually, it's like you got to be somebody that they admire, that they look, that is aspirational, right? And if you haven't been indoctrinated in blackness, you talk all the black stuff you want. You're not aspirational to them.
So
you're not. You're
talking about the family. How do you get the family to push what we think is common sense?
Who talks to them? Who, like, realistically, who talks to them? It's interesting because I think of people like Corey Brooks who get a lot of talk smack from everybody else, but can walk amongst everybody all over the place and has tangibly put money or product in someone's hands. And when I say product, food, etc. Right. It's like, if you came, as I've heard from Mark to Tyrone to Melvin say, if you can't feed them, you can't lead them. Right? And I think we talk this poverty stuff, and it's realistically, it's like the messages don't match. Like, if you want to impact the young people that are out here trying to live it and get it, they got to see that you can live it and get it a different way. Right? I think that there has to be an outcome. Just my thoughts. But I do think that we spend a lot of time glorifying or empathizing with the worst while having nothing to offer them.
I think part of the problem is they are forced to be mature before they should be mature. And they're in mature things way before they should even know about.
100% agree. 100% agree. All right, y'all. Maze Jackson Show. Let me go to my next topic. Statewide elections. Todd, did you see? What is heating up to be the biggest race in the state, to me, is the Secretary of State's race. And it's going to be the biggest race in the Democratic Party. And I got a feeling that it's going to be a lot of money, power, and resources. And it pits Alexi Janulius. So can I... All right, would I be wrong to say there are tier 1 and tier 2 candidates?
I wouldn't say you were wrong. Isn't that how we kind of chop up all of them?
Okay, so I would argue that currently in the Secretary of State races, the tier 1 candidates are Alexi Janulius and Anna Valencia. As much as it pains me to say that, those are the 2 tier 1 candidates.
Uh-huh.
I'm basing that on money, endorsements, and reach.
Mm-hmm.
I think the tier 2 candidates are...
I would throw one more in there, and that would be like media.
And media coverage, right?
Right, coverage. That's
coverage and access, right? And then I would think, because they are the 2 that get the big... So, they got to have equal coverage. So it'll be Anna Valencia... Alexi Janulius, by the way, Pat Dow and
are running
too. They did,
right.
And then you've got Alderman Pat Dow and you've got Alderman David Moore. Now, I would tell you that being a City of Chicago alderman is not a highly rated thing anywhere. It's not highly rated in the city, but it's definitely not highly rated outside of the city.
Yeah, almost could be called a negative.
It almost could be called a negative, and very easily could be. So I think, unless something radical happens, the 2 people we're going to be looking at on the Democratic side, because Mike Hastings dropped out.
Right.
Right? Who was the white candidate.
He must have had money problems.
No, I think he had other problems. He's got some problems with some people on our platform. I'm not going to put his business out there. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Cassandra Red, who when they first called me, I was like, y'all got a problem, dog. And they was like, yeah, we're going to get... I was like, nah, y'all got a problem. You got a black woman problem, and you ain't getting around that. Like, it's just not going to happen. And the moment that you try to pull it, it's like somebody going to be like, ding!
Mm-hmm.
And I said it right there. And here we are. And when he pulled out, I was like, I'm not going to hate. Anyway, so now we got these 2 candidates, Todd. We got Anna Valencia, who is essentially a creation of Rahm Emanuel, right? She worked downstate as a political operative for Dick Durbin, then worked for Obama, worked for Dick Durbin, then became the head of governmental affairs for Rahm Emanuel. When Susanna Mendoza left the city clerk's office, he appointed her the city clerk, and from that point on, she has been in the universe. She is not from Chicago. She is downstater, which in this case helps, perhaps. She's from Steel City. What she represents to me is the Rahm Emanuel Dick Durbin asset of the party.
Right.
Then you've got Alexi Janulius, who is former state treasurer, tied into the old money through his family, through the old political network, through his family. They used to own Broadway Bank, which was the political bank at one point, where you go to that bank if you was political. Went down in some scandal. Alexi ran for U.S. Senate, lost, and then actually came back as a Democrat to endorse Tom Cross against Mike Frericks, a Democrat.
Oh, really?
For
I wonder how that
the
came
treasurer,
about.
because he said he had worked for years with Tom Cross.
Oh, when he was the
when he was a state treasurer.
Wow.
So now we got these 2 candidates, but Alexi has been rolling up the endorsements of the local Democratic establishment. He has also Robin Kelly, who is the current chairman of the Democratic Party of Illinois, and his former chief of staff when he was in the treasurer's office.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
And then you've got Alexi Giannoulias. Oh, no, and Alexi Giannoulias is also represented by Hannah Jubei, political consultant to Kwame Raoul and Larry Rogers, right?
And she's a union person.
She's a union person as well. So you see, as Alexi continues to roll up these old school union endorsements, Anna Valencia has also put up money in heavyweight endorsements, but most of her endorsements tend to be national, although she did get the endorsement of the one and only Reverend Otis Moss, right? Which, again, my questions become, no shade to the Reverend, but they haven't even started circulating petitions. Right? They haven't even started circulating petitions. Now, remember what I told you, both of them are trying to build up what I call the sense of inevitability.
Mm-hmm.
I.e., there's so many people supporting me so far out that there's no way you can win, which is probably what is pushing the other two candidates down. What Anna Valencia needs to have happen is she needs to make sure that there is no place for black people to deposit their votes, right? Because she wants to be the woman candidate, which then gives her an advantage. The challenge now, though, Todd, is where does the black vote go?
Aha.
And the challenge for me with the fact that the black vote, first of all, there's still plenty of time for somebody black to get in the race. Not to say that the two candidates aren't, but somebody with probably a better probability of winning.
Mm-hmm.
But I question the fact that all of our black elected officials have already signed up to be aligned between one of these two, without one petition being circulated, and they're not even starting circulating petitions, Todd, till January.
This is nothing new. As I remember it, the black elected officials always jump out in front.
For the white people first?
Yeah. Usually it's for the white people. It's not for the black candidate. When they jump out quickly, it's usually for somebody who's not from the neighborhood, which I guess is one reason why people from the neighborhood don't do well, because they don't do it for them.
See, I think
it's more of a, he's just like me. Why would I support him?
It's the same thing. It's like, why do we, again, when we see each other, there's a thing among black people be like, I'm better than that Negro.
Yeah, that's what I think.
It's funny to me. It's like you see it play out at every level. Like, even the people that you try to help, they be like, I'll bust that Negro. He ain't as good as me.
Yeah.
He not, I'm better than him.
Mm-hmm.
What can he do that I can't do? I'm going to show him.
Right.
And I guess my question, like, think about the fact that if neither Alexi nor Anna could get any black support until, let's say, even October. Imagine every time they went to somebody black, they'd be like, no, we got to think about it.
Yeah, that would be great.
I mean, could you imagine the concept of black folks? Like, white folks don't even fear a black candidate with black people.
No. They know they can't get anybody to rally around them. I mean, when's the last time you've seen that happen? I mean, it happens occasionally, but generally it's after somebody else has wrapped their arms around.
After somebody white has said, validate this person.
Right.
Right? Think about the gravity of the most impactful black people deciding the biggest black influencers politically going to white people before even giving all the black people a chance. I just, and especially for like the big black voices, right? Like, and I realize early and often, but I do feel like there has to be a point when white folks be like there has to be advantage somewhere to being black with black people. And it never seems like there ever is. It seems like the only advantage to being black is with a white person.
I will say that the people who vote and are more active and talk a lot of crap, they are the ones who tend not to help the black candidate. So they may be helpful for like, one or two people in their life, but there's no bigger picture because, like you say, white people know. They know. They're like,
White people know they can count on black people to tear down black people.
Yeah,
they know because they got the money that they can infuse into the race. It just is bothersome to me right now that all of the biggest black voices in politics have already kind of made their decision without even how many times are we gonna have an Iris Martinez situation? Dorothy Brown walks away, black people can't get it together. Now all the black people fired, and Iris Martinez is the head of an office that we held for 20 years. Do y'all understand we're about to do the same exact thing with Jesse White? The same exact thing. And it's like, Jesse White, don't anoint an successor, a black successor. Walks away with the, I am free to be, right? I was always a good guy. I'm scared. And he's going to get all his flowers, and he's done his service. But he's going to walk away, leave a wide open gap. The Negroes fight over the spot. We don't got nobody that wins. Do y'all remember this? And we ain't even got a Madigan to punk nobody. Like, there's not even a Madigan illusion in this one. Mm-hmm. We just doing it to ourselves. Like, you mean to tell me that there is not ever a moment in which black people can convene? Because politicians be like, we ain't got to listen to them Negroes over there. The preachers be like, what? We ain't got to listen to them over there. And the white folks be like, well, we'll buy some preachers. And then you got the smart mugs. You got the too smart. We got so many smart intellects that are so smart that they can't even get 1 + 1 = 2. They don't even get, they will do trigonometry to avoid doing addition.
I've never actually seen the black people try to get together to support a black candidate,
because the black people be so busy tearing up each other's stuff that they ain't got time. They so busy trashing or telling you ain't as good as them, or they better, no. It's crazy to me that we just saw this exact thing happen with Iris Martinez.
The closest thing would probably be maybe Obama.
Not even Obama, because Obama
may be running for president.
No, because Obama running for president, all the black people was with Hillary. It was only after, because they was like, that Negro can't win. The Negroes was like, who does Negro think he is? And it was the white people that had to validate him that made him come back to black people. Now,
I guess I wasn't paying a lot of attention at that point.
Exactly. But you can go back and look at the newspapers. They had the big old rallies, the big old stuff, and it was finally the will of the people that was just like, no, so y'all black people are about to tell us that we need, I'm telling you because I participated. Mm-hmm. When Barack Obama ran for U.S. Senate, I was the president of the 27 Ward Young Democrats. Jesse White came in and told us that we are with Dan Hines. Now, I'm looking at this and I'm saying,
not talking about the Senate. I meant the president.
But I'm telling you it's the same thing, right? So here you got this guy that's got lightning in a bottle, and you got, and
oh, he wasn't lightning in the bottle at that point. Well, maybe he gave the speech at the Democratic thing, but I'm not impressed by speeches anymore, so I'm not really a good person to speak on this. Keep going.
So my point being, there was a fire. There was a fire. Let me say goodbye to our WBGX listeners.
Bye.
Tune in tomorrow. Every day, WBGX listeners, 6:30 to 8 o'clock. But you can still watch us live on the Maze Jackson page on YouTube, etc. I'm going to continue this conversation. Todd, what happened was Barack Obama caught fire with the people. He never really, as the Senate, because he was running against who for U.S. Senate?
You just said Dan Hines.
Yeah. And then the political establishment, because Tom Hines had so many relationships,
right?
All of the old black ward bosses was like, we're with Dan Hines.
Right.
I remember going, and I had a booming young Democrat group, and I was like, we're with Dan Hines. And they was like, what? Like all of these, they hadn't grown up in a political organization, and literally they was like, hold on, y'all mean to tell me that we watching this history happen in our state, this dude is coming through, we seen this man, we done been to places, and we're not going to support him, we going to support this old white Dan Hines?
Well, he was young. He was young.
But the young Dems was all my black young Dems that were not hardcore 27 left from that. Right? They was like, so you telling me to be loyal to the party, I got to diss the black man? And you know, my whole point was y'all got this. We got to do what Chief say. Right. And now here we are doing what Chief say. And now 20 years later, it's playing out again where we with the loser. Right?
Yeah, but in that picture, it was different. The world was different. Now, there's the ties aren't the same.
I understand. But the rule, if that would have been white people, be like, don't back no loser. Right? So even while what's the old boy? That's the Somervilles and Tom Dart and all of them was over in Beverly talking about Splash Bomber, right? Making him a Irish. They put a apostrophe in his name, putting those signs up. We as the black people are anchored to our past, and we got to be anchored to these white people who would throw us overboard without a second thought. And you talking about the ties?
But no, the ties come from your leader. It's. Yeah, they may throw you overboard, but your leader, they are tight with because they know that he will. Them.
But we know that they didn't always do the same for our leader, right? Like, I'm just saying. And so here's my point.
It's always a fight, but yeah. But now
black people have to be loyal.
Different now.
Black people are loyal to white people. Black people will honor white people's stuff. They will come destroy you as a black person because there's no consequence for doing whatever. And the reality is in this whole thing, Todd, the fact that there is nobody in the process, nobody in this space that could tell the black people freeze. Like, who talks to the politicians and say, look, y'all, can we stop it? Because the politicians, anybody that's not a politician is going to be, they're going to be like, we think we the royalty. Why we got to listen to you? Right? You think, and then within the realm of politics, it's all of the fights. So every one of those individual fights is always going to be bigger than the Secretary of State's office. And so basically what they do is they chip each one of these people that's got a little spot. They say, okay, I'm going to give you 4 jobs. I'm going to give you 5 jobs. I'm going to take care of you. I'll give you this slot. And now we done gave up the whole thing for 20 jobs when there's 5,000.
Well, I think that comes from we never think of ourselves, except for Emil Jones, as kingmakers. So, but look what happened to him when he became a kingmaker. I mean, he made out well, but as you say, he still wasn't treated like, wow, you were my main man.
Yeah, but I also think like the problem with that is that we was talking about this weekend. The black politicians get to the spot and then they put themselves in front of you. They put themselves in front of the business people. So they be like, hold on, before this happens, how do I get myself straight? And then instead of the process being, okay, I got the spot, my job is to legislate. I say, how can I take this job to make myself advance? And then after I advance, then I'll start to spread stuff out. And that's really not how it's supposed to work. Like, that's why the white people win, because they come in, they already straight. They got their job, they done already made their money. This is all supplemental income. We come in and we still barely subsisting, and then the fact of the matter is you get elected, you're in this universe with all these people that are making money, and you feel like you supposed to, because as a black politician, you get to act like royalty, and you get to act wealthy, and you get to hang with the wealthy people, but you ain't wealthy. And so then you start to be like, well, damn. I mean, I just left this party with all these rich people. I just went to this rich people house and kicked it, and I got to go back and live in my poor neighborhood where I got elected from a poor neighborhood. So realistically, I probably was not rich before I got this job. But now I'm seeing all of these things that all these white people, and now I start to feel like I'm supposed to be here. Then you see the white people who are balling out in their elected spot, and you start to feel like, oh, I should be here too. So now your premise is not making other people rich so you can have events at their house. You're making yourself rich or trying to subsist to keep up with the things that you just saw that you didn't even know existed.
Maybe that's why I'm different, because I always thought that my neighborhood was the greatest in the world. And only as I've gotten older am I like, I'm old. I think it may be time to go.
And I'm saying that the reality is, it's because you, a lot of times, were not necessarily, and I'm not going to say you weren't, but I would tell you that most of the people that I know were not exposed to certain levels of wealth. So, like, what I think is...
I knew there were rich people. I just knew I wasn't one of them.
I knew there were rich people, but then I didn't know that there were... Like, my idea of rich was if you lived on the top of 87th and 87th, you was on Bishop or something, and you had one of them houses at the top of it, I thought you were rich. Right? That's middle. Like, we don't even know rich.
Well, see, that's black people. They may actually be rich, but black people don't. Sometimes they want to live around black people. So they're like, yeah, I got a lot of money, but it's none of your business.
I'm with you on that. But the reality is.
No, I understand rich. Rich was when I asked the guy for $10,000 and he said, okay.
Right. And that ain't even rich. That's rich. That ain't wealthy. When you ask the mug for...
Wealthy was when I asked the guy for $50,000 and he didn't say okay. But I was like, man, he got to have a lot. If I could ask him for $50,000, he don't know me, he's got to have a ton of money.
So the challenge we have is, in our cycle, is that the politicians, we don't have a wealthy class of people. We have some people that are upper middle class, and we have a few wealthy people, but we don't have a upper class, like a wealth class that can recycle wealth and reach out and pick somebody up and make them. Theirs is all some way through government or something along those lines.
I totally agree.
There's nobody that says he's going to be rich now. Like Madigan could say he's going to be rich. Actually, black elected officials could do it, but they be like, why am I going to make that need? There is a level of envy.
No, I think they don't. I think you were right like 5 minutes ago when you kind of alluded to the fact that they don't know the politics or the mechanics of making people rich.
So here's my thing. If you've been there 20 years, you know something.
Yeah, but those 20-year people at that point are beaten down like, man, I ain't never going to be able to do
But
that.
this is my point, right? Like we have no connection. And it's almost like the wealthy black people almost kind of enjoy being wealthy and being there without you. Like, they enjoy inviting you to see what they got. Not saying, come join me here. Right? Like, so
I had a wealthy guy say there's not enough of us.
Right.
I'm sure I told you that before. He was like, I'd like to see more of us at those $10,000 parties.
I'd like to, and so the challenge becomes for us is that the people, I would tell you that the poor people preaching to the people in the streets is ineffective. Like, you telling me about poverty or you telling me about, and I'm looking at you and I'm like, Negro, you ain't no better than me.
Right.
What you gonna tell me? What about you makes you feel, besides your ego, that you are something that I should aspire to? Like, what about you makes you aspirational? So if we know that the drug dealer or the economics of the situation appeals to these people, to these young people, and we're steady doing the anti of what's going to pull them back, they ain't trying necessarily. You can't hear the gospel if you're hungry over your voice, over your stomach. And so to try to pretend like economics doesn't have a play, that's what the reason that everybody talking about a job, all of it revolves around some sort of economics. But whether it's a job, whether you jacking, whether you robbing, whether it is proximity to whiteness, is not necessarily, it's proximity to comfort or perceived comfort. But Todd, I guess I gotta ask you, See, I feel like our electeds, I'm not going to go too far down this path because still friends. But once again, we find ourselves in a position where probably at one point, the most powerful black people in the council. I'm going to give you two stories. We got one story going on in the city council by somebody that's being indicted, and they got $100 million that they took from a bank. Or that there's $100 million mixed up in this whole thing.
Ooh.
Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. So I'm not tripping.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a case where people going to be in the same court facing the same charges, and one is for appliances.
Come on.
Again, instead of making wealthy people that then can hire you that could do whatever, you've been at the rich people house. You said, dang, I ain't even know. The challenge we have, Todd, is that everybody, it's like we're competing against our own self-interest. We entertain, irrational thought processes in the name of blackness. And the reality is we have to survive. Like, the crux of most people, if reparations is the crux of why we're where we're at, then let's be honest that economics has something to do with it.
Right.
And if we keep disdaining economics, even as people are being robbed for economics, then we find ourselves not really solving the problem, but pontificating. And so my question now becomes, what do we do? How do we, if we can envision 75th Street being the place where we can all go hang out. And again, I'm going to tell y'all, this weekend driving downtown off of Wacker Drive, there were white girls twerking on poles and drunk and falling out. And if we could have put a video camera on it, it would have looked no different than what you saw on 75th. But now the question becomes, what about the other components of what happened to 75th? Whether that was outside forces, whose job is that? Like not up in the universe, but like real time on the ground. Who's doing gun outreach? Who is, again, I think we romanticize this cancer that's in our community.
I agree.
And it's like, it's almost like the cancer gets the glory, and the people that are trying to survive, the organs that are living, that are trying to pump into the community, are just old, mad, crazy people. No. Like, yo, we just opened up 75th Street. I literally ate on Randolph this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Randolph was no different than 75th Street, except for I did not have to worry about the retaliation, the whatever drove whatever happened.
Right.
I didn't have to worry about white supremacy sitting down, eating my dinner at that location. And my question becomes, how do we stop the self-loathing that at some point I don't see any people over there as human, or their life has no value to me?
Right.
And if their life has no value to me, is that who we protecting and defending? Or are we defending and protecting the people that tried to open up 75th Street and create a place for black people? See, I think we got our priorities twisted. We got our priorities twisted. And it's crazy to me that as this continues to go on, we're not growing. Like, it's the incredible shrinking black everything.
We've hit our peak already?
Oh, it's like, we like to, like, here's me. Like, we like to overcomplicate the reality, which is we got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact of the matter is, the people talking about it, the streets is not my ministry. That's not my ministry. That's not me. I'm not telling you. And I'm just telling you, it's not, I don't take it. People say, like I've seen this, that when the men stand up, the boys sit down. Somewhat. But you will get your man ass shot too.
I don't think there's a lot of hope in education. And I think that is different from the other groups in the city, state, nation, where they see hope and getting a good education, moving out of wherever they may be living, moving up the ladder. We don't see any hope in that. And I'm sure that's because, we haven't had great success in that space.
I also think it's because the people talking ain't seen it. Like, again, there is a place and there is a space for black folks that exists in this country. Now we got to create it. But I would tell you that if you ain't never created nothing, you don't even know where to start.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you can, the most people telling you about no economics ain't got no real economics. Real talk. Like, I'm not, and again, I'm not talking about black economics. I'm talking about you gotta be. I often feel like the people, we disdain the things that we can't have or we don't think are attainable, so we denigrate it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if we don't think that we'll ever be more than 100,000 or make over 200,000, we're content to be at the top of our pile as compared to saying, hey, yo, it's a whole world outside beyond that. And it's like, if you ain't never slept on 1,000 count sheets, if you only had one-ply toilet paper, you preaching to me about what the benefits of one-ply toilet paper is because, nigga, you don't know what you're talking about. Really. You ain't never had it. So if you ain't never had it, then the easy thing is to throw rocks at it instead of saying, how did we get there?
Right.
How do we, and whether our climb is through the back way and we do it a different way. But I get tired of hearing mugs tell me that economics and capitalism and all that stuff and be capitalist in a mug.
Right.
How you pay your rent? Don't nobody never say, I don't want to get my check. Nope. No check. Yeah, okay. No. And it's like, you got to tell me, you got to show me, because I will tell you that there are people who will literally say that after us working together and you pointing me in the right direction, I've been able to do better by my life. Now, that ain't going to be everybody. But people that want better, look for better. And it's not, now, if you don't know, that's another thing.
Right.
But have you showed anybody? Like, how do you test that stuff you be talking about? Like, what's the outcomes? Where's the work? Where's the proof? Show me. Who? Who said, man, after working with you, I've done better. My life has changed. Because most of the people talking about what shouldn't happen ain't got the capability to change nobody's life. They ain't never built nothing. They ain't never got nothing. They ain't never, man, they're self-sufficient. They take care of themselves. They don't take care of a universe. They don't have the responsibility of multiple people and their livelihoods. So it's very easy to be cavalier when you ain't really never did nothing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
A mug will
Most
tell you
people
what
can't
you
look
ain't
that
did.
far, though.
But most people will tell you what you ain't did or what you can't do, having nothing on their resume.
Right.
Nobody says, dang, thank you for changing my life. And I guess my challenge becomes, how do we get out of the state that we're in? Because people would have you believe that nobody was getting shot outside. Like it's all media hype.
This kind of goes back to this whole Secretary of State race, because I think you're absolutely right, but it kind of reminds me that we tend to like to fight among ourselves over the small fish, but we refuse to get together to try to get the whole ocean.
Right. Oh no, yeah, that's the case, and white folks can always count on it.
Mm-hmm.
They can always count on the ninja destroying some ninja stuff. They don't even got to do it. All they got to do is find a jealous Negro, put them in the mix. They will create havoc. They will, and it is a self-loathing amongst us that we always, it's like the proximity, we feel like we got to prove that we always better than the next Negro.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know, how do we get out of this hole that we are in as black folks? Because this Secretary of State's race is driving me bananas.
Mm.
Like the fact that all of our most intellectual pontificating, they all picking the smartest people, always telling us what we can't do. I don't understand how in the world, with two black candidates, that neither of the two black candidates, or we haven't gotten together and said, here's the third candidate. There is no advantage to being black with black people right now. It's not. Individually, but within the mix, what you can always count on is there will be one Negro in the mix that will be like, let me blow this up. Nah, this is going too smooth. I'm going another direction.
Well, I've always thought even if you put something together, but you put something together, unified, not we got three candidates all trying to grab that same vote that we know that is going to be split, and that means that you can't win. But if you put something together, and even if you don't get to the top, that gives you something to bargain with when you're talking to the guy who may become the eventual winner.
The challenge is everybody too smart. Right? Like everybody is smarter or better than the next dude, so nobody ever gets to point to ever negotiate that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like the fact of the matter is, taking the black vote out of the mix, like if none of those candidates, they could be swimming around all summer, but if everybody was stone-faced to all the white candidates, I mean, we mess around, we could say we want the securities in exchange. We could literally list the departments and divvy it up amongst ourselves and say, this is what we want for you to get this vote. But what happens is the smart Negroes go cut their own deal. So, because the non-political people be talking politics and then negotiate a Negro deal, and they be like, that's all I got to pay for you?
I don't even think they say that anymore. You're like, yeah, that's what I figured.
Right. We can get him cheap. How much we got to get him for?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just imagine all of these white folks and they could not get nobody black to endorse them at all. Like, just imagine if the blackness outweighed. And everybody could go their own way, but all the black people said, we ain't making no decisions till January. Now, do you understand from now until January that they are courting you? They are piling up stuff. They are like, let us get you this. You could get people hired. You could get part of the ad campaign. Now you ain't got no negotiation to get nothing.
Yeah.
You might get some advertisers in your bullets. Right? Like, again, I don't want no preachers negotiating my political deals.
No, me either.
And I don't want, it's like we got these people negotiate, and you know what they do? They go look for the people who don't know what to ask for to negotiate.
Yeah.
They be like, oh, you're influential. You don't know what the hell you talking about, but go out here and say this. And you feel happy because they talk to you first.
Right.
Ooh, you feel honored. You're not honored. You the sucker. They like, or you need to lay out on the table what you got for your endorsement. And if you say you did it just on purity, well, use the fool. If you gave if you are the most influential in your area and you say you didn't get nothing, then you cheated your constituents. You cheated all the black people that are under your influence. But again, we'll listen to the musings of a mug who ain't never done it because it makes us feel good. Put on the table what Alexi Janulius or Anna Valencia has done for black people. I'm just going to point out the city key card, while pushed to yo and yo ex-offenders, is when you listen to them talk, they be like, this is the path to citizenship. This is the path to vote. So I'm not tripping. But again, did anybody black that endorsed, did y'all ask the question about that? Because I want to know where you fit. Where do you fit on city key, and where do you feel about undocumented immigrants? And if your influencer can't tell you the answer to that, if he can't tell you how that person is going to help or hurt your demise, help me understand why the city clerk that instead of now is trying to be the Secretary of State, now created an alternative to their number one function, which is the driver's license. Did y'all ask the reasoning? So who are these political people? Who are the people that are making decisions for us in our community, or leveraging their spheres of influence with you to our demise? So I'm saying, like all them people, like all the black people that have endorsed, it seems to me we should be able to hear from them what they got for their endorsement.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if you endorsed Alexi, what did Alexi promise you for your constituency? Like, your community needs to ask you that. What does it mean for this group? What does it mean for your church? Now, because we've already broken up from the collective, right? There wasn't a collective black endorsement session where we say we're going to put our people behind these people.
Mm-hmm.
So you've cut individual deals, so maybe it's not my right to know. But if I go to a church and you my pastor of my church and I saw you at the press conference and you doing ringing praises, you got to explain to us how did that help my church? Mr. Pastor, or is she paying your salary?
Right.
Because I was under the impression that preachers supposed to be apolitical. I didn't think they was even supposed to be endorsing nobody. Don't that affect your tax status?
Yeah, it's supposed to.
Now, I'd be a hater if I started talking about that, right? But that's the way it goes. Like, let's get these people, let's lock them up. Not much demand. Okay, I'm going to stop. When we come back, we're going to talk about the best black TV shows. I'm inspired because Bill Cosby is
Rock.
Man, I loved Rock. You saw that on my list, though. That's why you said it.
No, I didn't. I did.
When we come back, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the best TV shows ever on TV, best black TV shows. I want y'all to tell me which ones y'all favorites was. And is the Cosby Show still the number one black show in the country? Still the number one black show? We talk about it all when we come back. Maze Jackson.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Hey, sunshines. If you didn't catch the last page in the Book of Dawn, here's what you missed. So you found that, but you also, during those times, made a conscious decision to create a base for yourself outside of the Isleys or the great artists that you tour with. And from that, the Mo Fitz Project was born. Can you tell us how and why you did the Mo Fitz Project?
Let me tell you something. I had been touring since I was 17. And what happened was Eve, your girl Eve, was doing different events around town. Mm-hmm. And I remember it was right on 47th Street.
Yeah, I think it was Blue 47.
Yeah, one of those spots. So Eve was doing something with them. So they were like, we're hiring bands. I was like, I'm going to put something together and go play local. Let me do that. And through that situation from Eve, the Mo Fitz Project was birthed. I was like, oh, okay, this would be great to actually come home and put quality guys together and make music locally outside of the touring. I just found another joy in it. And crazy, remember Terrence Kane came up with the Mo Fitz.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Terrence was like, you need to call it the Mo Fitz, Ruthie. Mo Fitz. Use your name. This is how that name came about. It was Terrence Kane and my girl Eve Bridgeworth. She was the launching pad for that. And then she would hire me to do different events. And she started hiring me to do weddings and stuff she was doing. And then it just kind of birthed into that.
Don't forget to tune in weekdays, 9 a.m. to the Book of Dawn from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. Roll Tide, y'all.
Broken screen? Crash system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
When you got to Kennedy King, so you remember Corey Brown?
I definitely remember Corey Brown from Morgan Park.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Murder, man. I got it in with y'all one day before a game. And then y'all literally went out and destroyed some people by about 50 at Kennedy King. And I'll never forget, somebody shot a jumper. It came off long. And Corey will tell this story to this day. He says he went up, and I was in the stands. He went up for the rebound, and before he could jump, he said he felt a foot on his head. And it was you, and you caught it. Classic P-Mac catching it over everybody, putting it back in. He says before he jumped, he felt a foot on his head. And Corey was 6'4".
On his head.
On his head.
Yeah, Corey was 6'4", man. I used to just, I don't know, I had a knack, man. I was always uber athletic. Like I was taught earlier, if somebody shoot, you got to come from the opposite side. I had a guy in my neighborhood named Wayne Irvin, a legendary dude to us in our neighborhood. Played at Chicago State, played at Wyoming.
Okay.
Played against Patrick Ewing. He passed away a couple years ago, but went to CVS. He was a decorated player. A lot of people knew him. And he taught me early, like, you attack offensive rebounds from the opposite side. So if somebody shoot from the left wing, you crash from the right. If somebody shoot from the top of the key, you can crash because it can go either way and you can get it. I was so big and athletic. I used to get a lot of tip dunks. Like, for some reason, people never boxed me out. And once I got a running start, if it came off anywhere over the rim and bounced up, you was dead.
This is Eugene McIntosh, one half of the illest independent sports media outlet in the whole entire land, the Bigs. Check me and my player partner Terrence Tomlin, a.k.a. T-Tom the Great, on What's in It for the Black People Media Network.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show.
What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? A minute. For the black people. 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 What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. For the black people. 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 What's in it for the black people?
You are tuned in to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, part-time co-host, Todd Stroger. Got Esco Beezy in the building. We are doing our thing. Ruthie is world traveling. Todd, I'm about to be a world traveler too.
Yes, she's in Blue Island.
I remember when I used to think Blue Island was going to an island.
Oh, to a real island?
And you'd be like, we going to Blue Island. When I lived on 62nd and Rose, I'd be like, we going to Blue Island. Y'all going to Blue Island? Yep, Blue Island. Then I'd be like, when are we going to get on the plane?
Blue Island is an island. It's an island because it's cut off by railroad tracks
Is that
from
what
the
it
rest
is?
of the world. No, I make that part up, but it's easy to get stuck in railroad tracks in Blue Island.
Yeah, it is. You can, man, I be trying to avoid it all. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. It's a holiday, so I decided let's have a little fun. Because see how that just happened and I had to come down? See how I worked myself up into a frenzy? It's like I feel like I need a James Brown moment. Like when I come off, somebody need to throw a cape and then I could just walk away.
I was thinking of bringing a water gun and just spraying you,
You know what, Todd? You spray me with a water gun, you gonna learn. You gonna learn because let me tell you, I am the king of you will be walking out of your house and I will drive by. Like we should do, could we convince the young people to do water gun drive-bys this summer?
That'd be cool.
Instead, like, man, we got you. Play dead. Fall down for a little while. Get back up.
Yeah, you can get back up in 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes. Just 20 minutes. All right. I was thinking to myself.
Sounds dangerous, but go ahead.
We were gonna talk about Bill Cosby, and I wanted to talk about Bill Cosby like
Hey, it's Fat Albert, and I'm gonna sing a song for you.
Not that Bill Cosby though.
Oh,
it's the other one. I can't even think of the song now.
Is it a song?
Yeah, Bill Cosby had a few songs because he always had jazz artists that would do it. Make a super like Wynton Marsalis and stuff. So anyway,
yeah, that's true.
But Bill Cosby is out. And I had a whole script to talk about, but we're not going to talk about it. I just want to know, is The Cosby Show still the greatest black TV show of all time? And if not, and not even if not, what are the greatest black TV shows of all time? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. What are the best black TV shows of all time? I still gotta rank the Cosby Show as the number one black show of all time. I think it did more to reshape the narrative of black people in America than almost anything. When white people sit down on Thursday night, like we used to come to school to BJ Ward,
right?
And the white people be like, "Did you see the Cosby Show last night?" And it was the first time when black folks was like, the white people was like, "Man, we want to be like you."
I agree. I was just thinking, the Cosby Show was must-see TV. You wanted to be at home. You wanted to be home to watch that show.
Right. And remember when they tried to make the Simpsons compete with the Cosbys?
They did.
Man, when I was in college, that was the big debate. Will we watch the Cosby Show?
The big debate.
Or
That's
on Thursday nights, everybody got together in Tyrone and Amiri's room. It's like all the girls, and it would be a big.
Oh, because they were live.
Who?
To watch the show. It was.
Oh,
live.
we all.
You
So
had to-
Thursday night at 7:00, the Cosby's was undisputed champ. Then the Simpsons came on, and the Simpsons was on Sundays, and they was the undisputed champ. And then the Simpsons, they moved the Simpsons to compete with the Cosby's. Right? And it was like in college, that was like the big, what we gonna do, man?
That was the tail end of the Cosby Show, though, right?
Yeah, that was the tail end. Yeah. But then it was a different world.
Comes right
that
after.
was coming up behind. So we was like, yes. Man, did y'all watch the Different World reunion?
No,
y'all
I
got.
didn't know there
You
was
need
one.
to watch. I think it's on HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
You got to watch the Different World reunion. It was good. I'm gonna just tell y'all. As much as I love Jasmine, guys, she has aged.
Everybody ages.
Not like Jasmine. But I'm gonna tell you, when I met her in live in person, still was like, Whitley. I mean, I still like, even though she don't look the same, it's still like she's such a like a icon. I wonder what it feels like to be somebody like that. Like where
you're a character, you're that character for the rest of your life.
Well, and then the thing was, they say she is absolutely nothing like Whitley. Matter of fact, she detests the Whitley people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like she became an iconic character. So who were the best? What were the best TV shows, black TV shows of all time? I got Cosby's.
Yeah, that's the top of my list.
I gotta put a different world up there too. Like A Different World made me feel some kind of way about being at college. And I feel like A Different World gave us at U of I access to, I feel like we had our very own black HBCU within the University of Illinois. And I feel like that allowed us a little bit more space to mimic it.
Well, actually, being at one
after going to two white ones, but go ahead. That's good.
I feel the same way. It was nice to see a black college getting some due, even if it wasn't real. You could see it in all. Well, I don't know all of them, but I could see it in some of the colleges that I knew about.
And then it was, the dope part was like being a member of a Black Greek letter organization. When they started putting in real Black Greek fraternities, and they was talking about
I just saw one the other day, and I said, hey, that guy's wearing our well.
He was like, you don't even know. He was like, did you know his
I don't know if I want to say letters, colors, or both, but yeah.
Right.
Right.
It was great. And then, like whenever you saw your frat on there, you'd be like, that's us. Yeah. And then we'd be step show out, and then it was great recruiting tool too. Great recruiting tool. I got What's Happening.
What's happening? That was good, but I would. I'm gonna.
I still say hey.
Yeah, of course you do. But I categorize. I would put that maybe in my second tier and put Rock in my first tier.
I loved Rock. Rock was like remember Rock had the gangsters? He had all the real stories.
Oh, yeah, he had all kind of
Tone Low game. Yeah, I'm gonna come on over here. We're gonna be gang. But Rock was good. And he used to get so emotionally upset. That was like a dysfunctional family, wasn't it? Well, no, it was a typical black family.
It was a typical black family, right? But typical problems.
Yeah, okay, with typical problems, right? Because they was trying. But can I tell you what was his wife?
Oh, yes.
Because I don't know what it was about his wife, but Jesus, Lord have mercy, I still got a crush on her. And she was not the most, I don't even know how to explain it, but there was something about her that was country and...
Ella Joyce?
Lord have mercy, where's Ella Joyce right now?
I've always said you don't have to look like you're going to be on the cover of Vogue to be pretty.
What? But it she was sexy to me.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
And I was
a kid.
attractive.
More like attractive.
I was like, good Lord. All right. Sanford and Son?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sanford and Son for me was...
You big dummy.
Must-see TV, and I was like 10.
Sanford and Son, I didn't like 227. I didn't like 227 at all. And you know
I didn't watch that either, but it must have been good.
I liked
Somebody
Amen.
watched
We
it.
watched Amen because we was church family. So
I watched Amen, too.
Amen
That was really
and
good,
we had to watch
actually.
227 and Amen. And then the Jeffersons. I didn't really like the Jeffersons. Like I didn't like the Jeffersons because I felt it was too corny. I liked George when he was on.
He was too close to being you?
No, man.
Sonia, did you say that?
I like George Jefferson when he was on Archie.
Oh,
Because he used to
when they go back and forth.
he used to give it. He was straight like, oh, I got your racism.
Yeah, that was pretty clever.
They was good.
Yeah.
What about Good Times?
Good Times.
Anytime you need it, baby. I tell my daughter, my daughter lives on the site of Good Times, and we were watching it one day, and I was like, "That's this right here." And she was like,
Yeah, right.
"No, you're not." No, I'm like, "That's right here," and she's like, "No, it's not." And I'm like,
Not anymore, man.
"Yes, it is." And so Good Times was a. Oh, what about?
I had a love-hate relationship with Good Times. I mean, I know I watched it, but I couldn't stand that they would turn down every good opportunity that would come to them.
Remember when you found out about Penny?
Oh,
I was
poor
like,
little Penny.
yo, mama used the iron. Think about what kind of mama you had to put an iron on your back, though.
Yeah. Wasn't Penny's mother like 12 or 2? I mean, she was young.
No, Penny's mom, I don't know how young she was, but I remember Penny's mom is Kim Fields. I mean, is Kim Fields' mom.
Oh.
So, Kip Tootie.
Yeah.
Oh, what about, well, I don't count that. Did you count Different Strokes as a black show? Yes, because they had because the star was Arnold. What you talk about, Willis?
I don't know. I didn't really watch it, so.
I did. Oh, I used to love, man, and then when they had the replays, then, it got a little scary when, remember when when the clown was trying to molest Dudley and there was a clown that tried to molest Dudley and Arnold, and he was showing them porn and stuff, and it was like,
was Dudley a quiet white kid?
No, Dudley was the black kid.
Yeah, I told you.
They went down the tubes when they went to when they got Sam. When he got married to the white lady with the kid, it was all over after that. Like Arnold was no good once he was grown. What about, did y'all watch Webster?
No.
I did. Webster was like Arnold, like the Arnold Redux. Like instead of having a single white man, they had a white family.
Oh yeah, right.
George
right.
Papadopoulos. And he was gonna be Webster Papadopoulos. And I think that was during the time when like the black kids was thinking like a rich white man come save him one day.
Alex
Different
Harris.
strokes.
Family Matters.
Oh, Family Matters. I find myself, and I don't think it's on your list, my brother, but I find myself really liking Family. I still pop up and say, what they doing on Family Matters?
I didn't really like Family Matters.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it because I think when Family Matters came out, I was able to go out, like I was making my own decisions. So I was like, yo, I'm outside.
Yeah,
right?
see, that's the problem with some of the things you asked me about. I was like, why would I be at home?
Right, why would I be? Right. Well, I was at home until I was 18, until I went to college. So I saw everything. Like, I could tell you every Friday night show. Did you watch Miami Vice? Because I saw every episode of Miami Vice because I couldn't go nowhere on Friday night. What about, do y'all like That's My Mama?
Oh, man, I love
I used to love That's My Mama. Clifton Davis.
Mm-hmm.
How about In Living Color?
Yes, that's in my top tier too.
Automatic.
So Living Color to me, I felt like I kind of liked it and I kind of didn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't. I don't like ha 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 funny stuff.
Really?
No,
man, I
so
want
like
to split my gut.
No, like the whole Now I do like the one when dude be like, pick up, right? He be like, ding, pick up. And I do like, good Lord, that's a lot of money. How much for one rib? I like that, but
I wrote a song. You want to hear it? Here it go.
Here it go. And then the ones with the, I never watched the WCI, what's the ones on the WB? I didn't watch the WB networks, so I didn't watch the Twins. I ain't watched the Little Boy. Now, who you think was the best
Twins?
network for black people?
Oh, Tamara and those. Yeah.
Who was the best network for black people? Was it Fox?
UPN, Channel 50.
Oh, UPN had all the ghetto shows. That's when Eddie and Malcolm and man.
All right then.
What was the show?
My vote is for Fox.
I wasn't allowed to go out.
What was the show with LL Cool J? That was a good one. And Mari Morrow.
No, you didn't put him on the list. Hanging with Mr. Cooper. That was great.
I like
my
Mr.
top
Hanging
tier.
Mr. Cooper
Yeah.
too. I did like Mark Curry, Hanging with Mr. Cooper. What about you know what I think might be
The number one.
I think
I got one.
I got one.
Which one?
That I don't know if y'all really with, but this one resonated with me so much. Everybody Loves Chris.
Really?
Everybody Loves Chris. That was so dope. The Parkers was too ghetto fabulous, but M to the O to the E to the. I like Moesha. I did like Moesha.
I didn't watch that, but I probably was out.
Yeah, you was too grown. I used to. Moesha was when Moesha. I think I was married, and Moesha. Yeah, Moesha. I like Moesha. I like Brandy. Brandy had a little run when she was on the top of the world, just sitting on top of the world. She fell off sitting up in my room.
I love that song actually.
What?
Sitting up in my room. I love that song.
Everybody love that song. Girlfriends. I didn't watch Girlfriends. Didn't nobody like Steve Harvey show.
Girlfriends was good.
Did y'all like the Jamie Foxx show?
Was good.
Yeah.
Oh, there's an episode of the Jamie Foxx show with Mark Curry.
I never watched that
It's the
one.
funniest episode. I got the kids to watch it, and Claire was dying.
I've never watched. I didn't watch the Jamie Foxx show. Like anything where the dude dress up and he gonna be 15 characters. Okay, you know who we forgot though? Speaking of that,
What's that?
Martin.
That's
So
the
you-
only show. Like I have it in DVD. I have it in streaming.
Oh wow.
My. All right. Now we gotta put the best. We might have to.
Wait, you know, there's a show that doesn't really fit this. I used to watch Room 22, and I loved it. And it was more of a mixed cast, but the main character was a black guy who I never saw in anything else, and a black lady whose name has escaped me, but you would probably know it if I can remember it. Was it Nichols? Well, it was great for my time. It's like 1972 or something.
I like Christy Love.
Get Christy Love.
Man, me and Christy Love had a thing.
And you forgot Julia.
Julie, I never really remember that. She's a maid.
You wouldn't remember because you would have been like 5.
She's a maid or something.
No, she was she worked for a doctor. I think she was a nurse. I think she literally was a nurse. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Chicago classic. I saw it come across the screen. Who named that? I gotta go look at the moderator comments. Hold on. Who did it? Remy. I should have known Remy called it. Awakening. You remember the Awakenings?
Never heard of it.
Oh my God. We need the Awakenings on DVD. We need to have the Awakenings and then just rewatch it all. The Awakenings, Todd, was a local soap opera made in Chicago. And it was drug deals, teen sex, everything, but it was a church, but it was filmed at a church.
Uh-huh.
I want to say one of the girls from Mag 21 was in it. But like
so are we talking in the last 10 years or something?
No, we talking like 20 when I was in college.
Oh, okay.
But like
Hollywood Productions.
Man, look, Todd. It would these episodes would be like a drug dealer would be coming to get you, like real stories that parents heard in church, and they man, the Awakenings. That was the truth.
Huh? Don't know that one.
Is TV better for black people now or then? Like, do we have better shows then or now? Because like now,
There's so many shows out.
Like I feel like now it's like everything we got got some. Like there's no. Like I feel like everything we see now is like the black people gay. I'm telling you,
that pops up a lot now.
I'm just saying, like they be like, and right now at the most inopportune, let's just insert a penis.
Well, we are off the radio.
Yeah, right. That's right. Let's just insert 2 penises right here and it just be. Yeah, man. What other? Let me see what else I got. Chappelle Show. Chappelle Show.
I have it in DVD.
I have it in DVD too.
I did research papers on it.
I gotta get. I gotta go back and watch the Chappelle Show.
Who said oil, bitches? You cooking?
So it's funny because
that reminds me of what you forgot though.
What?
And that's our guy from the West Side, Hollywood Shuffle guy. How can I forget his name?
What show did he have? What
he had,
TV
he
show?
had his own show. What was the name
Robert
of
Townsend had a show?
That's the show. Right.
The Robert Townsend show?
Yeah, that's it.
I don't remember. What I don't remember that one. What was the one with Faison Love? And he had 2 kids? And he had his wife.
Oh, he had more than one show then.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, because that one I liked.
He had but he had also like it was
A variety show.
I would call it a variety show, but it was more like Dave Chappelle's show. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you know that he was a little too conscious. They wasn't gonna let that happen, and he was probably on regular TV.
The blind KK.
Man, that Chappelle stuff. Like, I feel like I was moving pretty fast during Chappelle, so I might need to just take a chance, just sit down and redo them all.
Oh yeah,
right. Because I feel like the Boondocks. You got to get a Boondocks.
I do like the Boondocks.
The Boondocks.
Yeah.
I didn't watch all.
I didn't like it when they tried to do it without Aaron Magruder though.
Oh, you know what else you forgot?
What?
Back into this kind of category is the Richard Pryor show. I love the Richard Pryor show.
I'm trying to find those. I haven't seen it, but I heard that somebody said like after they saw like the first 3 episodes, they were like, white people ain't gonna let this stay on TV. Because he was. I think they did the skit about the Egyptian stuff or something. And it was and they said once that happened, they was like, this show is over. It'll never happen. Bernie Mac, I didn't watch Bernie Mac.
I've watched Bernie Mac on and off, and it is good.
Is it?
But it probably would be better if I was like, in that teenager years and you're around the house. You know what I'm saying? But he was funny.
Okay. Partners in Crime, I don't remember that one. I don't remember that one.
I know that name, but I can't remember what the show was.
What was the one with I guess we can't count 21 Jump Street, Sanford and Son, Good Times at Jefferson, That's My Mama, Rock, In Living Color, Chris Rock show. I like the Chris Rock show.
What?
You didn't see the Chris Rock show? You should go back and watch that. That's another.
What was it like?
Like sort of like a Dave Chappelle show. Like Dave, it's their origins.
Well, it's like a
but it's like a sit down. Oh no, they did interviews.
What was it? The Wonder Years when he's like narrating.
No, that's isn't that Everybody Hates Chris?
That's Everybody Hates Chris. The Chris Rock show was Chris Rock having like sitting down doing like a talk show. You talk to you half hour. They threw a couple skits in there because Wanda was in it, and
I have to look it up on YouTube. I might not have been around.
Oh, you was around. You just was.
Yeah, I mean, what I said. I mean, like I was.
You was probably being a county board president or something.
Yeah, and I don't remember anything of the world back then. The only thing I remember that time is I'd watch Frasier, and I
still watch Frasier. I like Frasier. I like a lot of obscure white shows. I still got to tell you, y'all got to go watch. Y'all got to watch The Office. I'm telling you,
I can't do it.
If Todd, The Office seems made for you. Just straight dry humor, like you be like. And if you've worked in an office, it's so real it's unbelievable. You have had to have worked in an office. Arsenio Hall show might have been the number one cultural show for my generation. Look, I'm running out of time.
Remember Thea? Thea.
I remember Thea. That's where we first met Brandy. Thea was Brandy's first TV show.
I don't remember.
You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, I was running, but we ain't got to run because Dawn's not coming today. Remember,
that's true.
There is no Book of Dawn today. Remember, that'll be once a week. All of our shows will be once a week.
Adam Jeffries.
Who?
Adam Jeffries, Jason Weaver.
I didn't remember that. I got to go back and watch Thea. I felt like I didn't want to watch the Big Black Girl show. Like, I didn't want to watch the overweight black woman who, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got that with we got that, but they always make her like
the Parkers.
Not the Parkers. We got that with Raj and Reruns, mama.
Yes.
Right? It's like it's always the black mom who's mad working. So I just didn't watch that. But I might go back and watch the D.L. Hughley show before.
Oh yeah. That's
the D.L. Hughley show was epic until Elise Neal got a boob job.
Is that his wife?
Yes. That show, I promise you.
Now I'm going to have to go look back and see.
We got to do our research.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to tell you. She was no longer in her. Like, she went off into a superficial world after that, and the show just went downhill. But that D.L. Hughley show, when it first came out, like the first 3 seasons, it was good. Like, I feel like she started to feel inadequate and started to try and do the, like trying to. She was like the first time where I really recognized like that body stuff was starting to happen, and it's like, sis, you like super beautiful, like, you know what I'm saying, like classically good looking. And once she got that boob job, it was like it almost overtook the show. Like I'm not trying to be funny, but it became.
Yeah.
I remember it so vividly because I thought she was a great. Yeah, that's not me. I'm a handful guy. Anyway,
Montel Williams show. Okay.
I didn't like Montel Williams. He was like the Let Me Dog the Black
The talk
People show.
Yeah. He was so full of himself. I didn't really like it either.
All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson show. We got. I'm going to be here.
Wait, before you do that, that show about the kid who was a genius. I don't know that
The
show.
smart guy. They
Smart
said
guy.
that. I never watched that.
Oh, smart
I didn't watch
it either.
Little brother to
I didn't-
sister.
Yeah, I didn't watch the WB shows. Like the WB, I had and I didn't watch the UPN shows except for M to the O to the. Because I felt like they were all like the hokey, extra. Like they made them. It was uncomplicated humor for black folks, which they a lot of those shows to me were like the precursors to Tyler Perry, and I'm
hurt and upset, but go ahead.
They are
As a kid, they were cool.
I got you.
And
I was old though.
different.
You were a kid.
Yeah.
I am now at this point when all of that, the UPN and all that starts kicking off. I'm an adult, and I'm kind of like, yo, I'm trying to be the next Puff Daddy. Right.
Maybe that's why I didn't watch any of those either.
And I felt like they were very stereotypical. I remember like when my guy Tone Capone and Shag got on the Parkers, and we watched it, but it was just like the Parkers was just like, how many times is she gonna be the sex crazed black woman who wants to right? It was just like, yeah, I'm just over it. Like Moesha, I like that. That was a good one. It felt like it was, huh? I hated the Wayans brothers too.
Oh,
I've never watched an episode
I watched
of the
a little
Wayans.
bit of them.
No,
They were kind of silly, but you know,
they're funny.
See, I don't. I need.
They were Three Stooges funny, and I kind of gotten over the Three Stooges.
Yeah, I don't like slapstick. I need
I
to
don't
be
like
like,
how they just ended it. It didn't.
Because it was black.
No, because I digress.
Well, y'all heard that? Did you also see the Wayans was talking about how, what was that movie? Not Scream. I Know What You Did Last Summer. That they invented. You know they wrote those. That they wrote the I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Wait, the satire one or the original?
No, they did the satire.
Yeah, they did this. What is it?
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, I don't watch movies like that, but apparently the numbers were so ridiculous that the studio stole it from them.
The guy with the little hand. They went to the house.
I don't. When I tell you, I don't. Like, there's
I saw that part.
I do not watch stupid movies. Like you have to trick me in a way. Like if you tell me it's like uproariously funny, like if it's like slapstick or like somebody gets or
I was in high school. It's
right
teen movies.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Like teen movies.
That was a franchise.
Yeah.
Huh? The movie you're talking about.
It's a scary movie. It's a scary movie.
Scary movie. That's it.
Scary movie. Right. It was a franchise, and they wrote those films based on I Know What You Did Last Summer.
No,
and
Scream.
Okay.
And then they had all the other.
And then it blew up. Thank you, Sonia. Got me right.
And Marlon was in it.
All I'm saying is, them brothers wrote them, and then the studio took them away from them. And I think it was the Weinsteins. Like, we can take it from you because we can. Hey, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson show. We went a little bit over, but we can do that nowadays.
Yeah.
This is great. I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow. Sonia Escobar, Todd Stroger. I'll be here tomorrow. Then y'all be on the lookout because we're going to have some surprise lineups for you because I'm going to be out of this bad boy.
When you leaving?
Tomorrow's my last day.
Oh, I won't be here tomorrow. Tomorrow we got a village hall meeting. That lasts till 9 o'clock. Ain't no way I can get up at 4 and stay up till 9.
First of all, you don't get up at 4. You get up at 6. And you get here by 6:45. Stop lying. But that's all good. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. For Maze and Sonia and Ruthie and Todd. Ruthie not here. She world traveling. Todd playing hooky tomorrow. Sonia Escobar always holding it down. I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.